Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Moore. That's my guy, Charles Jackson. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing decent, man. The season is officially over. We have entered the draft. Well, the draft is technically over, but we are entering into free agency. Life is good, bro. Life is good. So our final playoff records were I was 9-6, and you were 6-9 throughout the entire playoffs. I did decent. You did okay. You did okay, but we predicted somewhat decent records. But let's get it started. I want to ask you something. I saw it on First Take a couple of days ago. So, out of LeBron, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant, who has the best chance of winning the West right now? Now, I know the Lakers do still got to do some moves, but out of those three, of the pioneers of our generation, who has the best chance of winning the West right now?
Mm, I'm a low key say KD. As of right now, KD, their team is more well balanced than the Warriors and the Lakers. They got the depth, they got the bench, they got the starting five. Lakers still missing the center, and the bench. And the Warriors are still missing bench pieces and a center too. So I'm gonna go Rocket. I mean KD.
If we have to go right now as we speak, I would say the Rockets. You resign Fred, obviously. You trade for Kevin Durant. You have still the young guys. You have the starting center. You even have the bench players, and they're young guys too. And you're probably going to even sign some more veteran players. So that team is definitely top three, top two, maybe top two, top three, top four in the Western Conference right now. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers could eventually leapfrog them, depending on what type of center they get in free agency and maybe what they do with this draft pick tonight in the second round. They could leapfrog them. With the Warriors, I think the Warriors got a good team, but you've always talked about it all throughout the year. You're missing a center. Like, that is what you're missing. We need to see if AirPods, Moses Mooney, what are they gonna do? Because I think AirPods kind of took a step back in year two. So we need to see what those young guys are doing, and can Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond hold up for another year? And you got to lean on them. But with Kevin Durant, he's the go-to guy. He's the best player. But you can lean on the men, Fred, Sengun to an extent, Jabari, maybe even Cam Whitmore in some spurts, he might go off. So there's just so many other players they can lean on outside of Kevin Durant. So I would go with the Rockets right now too. Like, they got a really good team. And did you see Colin Cowherd's list of the last seven championship champions, and he ranked them?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he ranked the last seven champions, and we can rank them how. So for his list, at number 7, he had the 2019 Raptors. At number 6, he had the 2025 Thunder. At number 5, he had the 2021 Bucks. At number 4, he had the 2022 Warriors. At number 3, he had the 2023 Nuggets. At number 2, he had the 2024 Celtics. And at number 1, he had the 2020 Lakers.
Yeah, 2020. That's when they had Dwight and all
Yeah, that's the bubble Lakers.
um,
Is it crazy to say that the
mm,
Raptors should be higher than last? I think they are a really good team.
yeah, they was a really good team. What Warriors team? What the
2022.
20?
22.
I'll put them over them.
Honestly, they probably last.
Yeah, the Warriors will last. And then I'll probably go the Nuggets, then Thunder. Nah, well that Bucks team was good, but it wasn't.
That Nuggets
I'll
team
probably
was
go War.
good.
I'll probably go Warriors, Bucks, Nuggets.
Hey, that Bucks
Like
team
from
was
seven to
decent.
one. From 7-1, I go Warriors, Bucks, Nuggets, Thunder, Celtics, and then Lakers. Cause
Hey,
that
that
Celtics,
Bucks,
I mean, that Lakers team was good.
that Lakers team was really good. That Lakers team was
Hmm.
really good. If I had to rank them, no wait, you forgot the Raptors. Where you putting the Raptors? You forgot the Raptors. I think the Raptors should probably be number 3.
Third. Yeah, they third.
If I had to rank them, I put the Warriors last, 2022 Warriors last. I put 2021 Bucks 6. That Nuggets team was good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's a really good Nuggets team. That was, you gotta think about it. Jamal Murray was on one, like in that playoff run. He was on one. He was
Bruce
really
Brown too.
good. Who?
Bruce Brown too.
Yes, Bruce Brown, Christian Braun, Jeff Green played huge in them series. And that Nuggets team was good. You think the Nuggets better than the Bucks? That Nuggets team better than the 2021 Bucks?
That Bucks team, it was what? Giannis, Middleton,
Drew
Bobby,
Holiday,
Drew,
Brook Lopez.
Damn near, yeah. I think the Nuggets have more pieces than them.
So we matched them up. Obviously, Giannis, Jokic cancel each other out.
Mhm.
Jamal and Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton that time was, people would remember people would say he was the Batman. Remember that? They were saying he was the Batman. Jamal Murray, Chris Middleton. I mean, I'll probably stick with Jamal Murray, but Chris Middleton, he was good. He was good. Drew Holiday and Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter. You could probably say Drew was better than them at that time. You can argue. Then whoever your fourth is probably Brooke. I'd take Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter over them. I will probably put 2021 Bucks 5th, 2023 Nuggets 4th, 2019 Raptors 3, 2024 Celtics 2, and the 2021 Lakers 1. That Lakers team had everything you need, bro. Everything. LeBron had the big man. He had the shooters. He was 5 years younger. He had AD. That was year 1 AD. Like, he had everything that year. And even when the bubble wasn't there, they was gonna win regardless. I think low-key, LeBron would have won MVP that year if the league ain't shut down. He would have won. Because remember, he was like at least top 5 or something. He had a chance of league. He had a chance of winning the MVP that year. He had a real good chance of winning. But let's get it started with the Pacers. Obviously, the Pacers, they just lost in the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton out for the year towards Achilles. Get better, brother. But, they still got majority of their pieces. Pascal, Andrew Nembhard, TJ McConnell, Nesmith, all of them are still there. But the question is Miles Turner. He's a free agent. Do you re-sign him? But so what is next for the Indiana Pacers after losing in the NBA Finals? What's next for them going to next year?
Honestly, just running back. Like you said, re-sign Miles Turner. They need to go get a backup big. Because Thomas Bryant isn't it.
And Tony Bradley.
And then you pick up Ben Mathurin's contract, him, Jace Walker, and Shepard. You pick up their contract and just run it back.
This is year 3 for Ben Mathurin. In this year 3.
I think he got a team option.
So this
him,
year,
Jace Walker on, they got a team option.
Jairus Walker is year 2. Do you think about trading Mathurin? Do you think about it if a trade comes about, like it's something like, okay, this might be decent? Do you think about him, or can he be really good on a team with no Tyrese Halliburton and you're probably the 3rd scoring option, or maybe even the 2nd?
No, I keep him because after Tyrese and Tyrese is down for all of next year, so you're gonna need some scoring. And then after Tyrese and Pascal, they don't really have no guys who can go get it on their own consistently. I mean, and Ben, he's the type of guy where he can average 20 plus per game. So I keep him.
Here's your time. Go ahead, brother. Here's your time. Pascal Siakam, synthetic ritual. Went wrong this time. No, but for real. This Pacers team got my heart. Champions in my book. Go ahead. Speaking on
Francisco, what happened, dog? What happened, dog? What happened? Y'all was talking all that shit. Pacers was gonna win in 7. Them motherfuckers got eliminated. What happened, Francisco?
Oh, Francisco gonna talk back.
Pascal didn't sacrifice enough goats. What happened, dog?
He goes, oh my, you know what? Okay. They fought a good fight, Francisco. I respect it. But OKC, you did it, my boys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. But with the Pacers, you have to really think about this, right? We watched it in the finals. Now I know I can't go, we're not gonna go off of 7-game sample size because Miles Turner before the finals was playing pretty decent. And he probably thinks I'm worth 30 plus mil a year. So as management, you have to be like, okay, he was really good throughout the playoffs, but then when we got to the finals, his play kind of went down a little bit. And if I'm management, I want to resign him because we definitely need him now with no Tyrese. And he still is a good shot blocking big. But man, he don't rebound enough. He has no post game whatsoever. I like the pick and pop from the mid range, but outside of that, he ain't it. But is Miles Turner really worth 30 million? I don't really think so. I don't know. I really don't know. Is he worth 30 mil a year? So you have to really think about that as a franchise.
No, I don't think he's worth 30 mil a year. I feel like he probably would take a team friendly deal though. I think he's been with the Pacers his whole career. I think he likes Indiana. I damn near think he'd take a pay cut.
And like you said, with Ben Mathurin, he's probably going to take another step. Andrew Nimhart, a lot of people, last year when Tyrese was out in the conference finals, his play stepped it up in the games 3 and 4 against the Celtics. Now we're going to see him basically as the primary ball handler and probably either the second or third go-to option on the team. So his play is going to step up. Ben Mathurin play should step it up. Aaron Nesmith, his play should step it up. He just fouled too damn much in the finals, but that's neither here or there. And even Miles Turner. I think the only question is, it's going to be so different with a person that cannot set you up as easily as Tyrese. No matter what you think of him, if you think he ain't good or whatever, that's fine. But Tyrese, one thing you do, he can set you up and get you an easier shot. And I think that was one of the issues when TJ McConnell was out there. He's just not that type of point guard. And Andrew Nimhart isn't really that. He's a decent passer, but he's just not the passer of Tyrese. And I think that's the one thing that's going to hurt them a little bit. But this team is still pretty decent. Now, are they finals bound again? Probably not. Most likely not. Are they Eastern Conference? I don't think so. Could they make it to the second round depending on matchups? Yeah, I think they could make it to the second round. But all that's out the window now with Tyrese. But I think this is your gap year, just like the Celtics. This is your gap year. So I think they probably should run it back. But Miles Turner is the big question because the owners, the team said they're thinking about going into luxury tax to re-sign Miles Turner because they want to keep this core together. TJ Mexico did his Mexexo did his thing. Respect. TJ McConnell did what he had to do. It was just game 7. He turned the
Y'all
ball
need to
over a
call.
lot.
Y'all need to call y'all boy Tyrese and make sure he got that Cancun ticket ready to come home.
I don't think he can go to Cancun on a mess. I don't think he could go. I think he's gonna
That
stay
man
where
got a
he's at.
private jet. That man got a private jet. He can go. Make sure
Why
y'all
would
pick up his prescription too.
I want to go on a messed up leg to Cancun?
His vacation.
That ain't vacation.
You gotta get away. You gotta get
Who,
away.
who wants
Gotta
to
get
go
away
to
and clear your
vacation
mind.
hurt? Who wants to go to vacation hurt? You going on
A
vacation
lot
on
of people.
crutches?
A lot of people do it.
I wouldn't do it. You going on vacation on crutches?
Hell yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. We can wait a time and say I don't need the crutches to go on vacation. I'm good about that. But sticking with the Pacers, with this Pacers team now, where do you think they are in the Eastern Conference, especially with it being wide open and teams are making moves? Where would you put them at right now as we speak?
I low key want to put them. They in that 6 to 10 range. I could see them getting as high as Six is if everyone has a mentality, next guy up mentality. I can see them being as high as six. But for sure, they're a playing team for sure.
So we're going off the East right now as we speak. They're not better than the Knicks. They're not better than them. They're not better than the Cavs. They're not better than the Magic. Honestly, they're not even better than the Pistons. They're not even better than them. Are they even better than the Hawks after what the Hawks just did? Are they even better than them? I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think they're better than the Hawks. Then after that, are they even better than the Celtics? The Celtics are.
As of right now, nah, I don't think they might be because the Celtics ain't got no big unless they resign Al Horford, and they need another starting big.
Are they better than the Bucks? This is with Giannis there, and I know you know.
I'll put them on the same tier.
Are they better than the
They
Raptors?
might be better than them though. They might be better. Yeah, I think they're better than the Raptors.
Are they better than the Sixers? Healthy Sixers?
No.
So it's kind of hard without one of your best players. And if I had to, I would put them. I think they could potentially fight for a 6 seed. I think they could do that, but I could see them in 7 to 10 range. I could definitely see that, but I think 6 is the ceiling right now. Now, maybe they might make a little small move in the offseason. You never know. But I think right now, as we speak, like they're still one of the deepest teams in NBA. Don't get me wrong, but Tyrese elevates their play to potentially like conference final standards, and he's not going to be there. So now you need Mathurin, Jarris Walker. I think Jarris Walker can honestly, when he comes, I think he's going to be a huge part in their team next year. I think he's going to play a lot more minutes. And like you said, you need to go get a backup big, whoever that is. Thomas Bryant really isn't it. Tony Bradley isn't it. So you just need a backup big. But I think they probably will resign Miles Turner to what, 30 something a year. He might not be worth that. But you got to, because what other like decent big is out there? Like the bigs, there's really not a lot of really good ones. Like Miles Turner is probably the best big out there. So I think you re-signed him, but we're done with the Pacers now. Let's get into the OKC Thunder. The Thunder won the championship. You know, Shai Gilgeous, MVP, Finals MVP, well deserved. You got J-Dub, third All NBA team. Lou Dort, Chet, good defensive players, and they got one of the deepest bench. As of what I just said, are the Oklahoma City Thunder the next dynasty in the NBA?
No, I don't think so. I think they can win another championship in the next 3 to 4 years, but I don't think they can win three championships in the next 4 years. They got a good team. But I think the Pacers showed that they can be beaten. They showed the blueprint to them being beaten. And then now every team is going to be prepared for them next year. So if they come in with that same roster, um, I don't know. I don't think they can. I don't think they can repeat. Like I think it was Kendrick Perkins said on the draft. It was either Kendrick Perkins or Bob Marks. They were saying that I think it was Kendrick Perkins. He was saying like they just drafted some more good rookies, and now Aaron Wiggins and Jalen Williams and all them they gonna want to get paid. So are they gonna trade them or because like I said they got good rookies. They just drafted something. You got Topic coming in next year that needs minutes. So are they gonna trade some of those pieces and let those younger guys play more? So.
Do you think they will? You think they'll trade like a
Uh,
Taylor Williams, or Aaron Wiggins, or Isaiah Joe? You think they trade? Or Kendrick
yeah, I
Williams, you
think they
think
do.
they trade some of them?
I think they do. I think they do. Because you got too many bodies over there. Like you really got too many good players over there that need to play. So I definitely do think they'll trade some of them.
One real quick question. But do they have if they just make just a little, like a small change, it may not be this super gigantic move. But if they just make like probably 2 okay moves, do you think they have a chance? Like what percentage would you give them of repeating next year?
Even if they don't make a change, I give them about a 65% chance of repeating. But if they make a decent move, like if they go get another backup big, or
They
if they
drafted one.
you talking about Thomas Sober?
Yeah, they
I mean,
drafted one. I mean, they
but we
drafted
don't
a
know.
backup. We don't.
We don't
We
know how.
don't.
Yeah, we don't know how he's gonna play. Or how he's gonna be in the NBA. But um, if they make a small move, I probably like a 70% chance. Then
That's still
this
high.
is they still they still got a high chance because they are the defending champions. You got to put some respect on their name. Um, but yeah,
I think they have a legit good chance of being a dynasty because how it's set up. I'm seeing it. This is probably the closest team to a dynasty since the KD Warriors. Now, are they the KD Warriors? No, but this is the closest we've seen, and we saw what happened. They won 3 championships in what 4 years. That's exactly what no 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 5. They won 3 championships in 5 years. They have a good chance. You have top 5 player in the NBA, top 15 to 20 player in the NBA in Jada, one of the best rim protectors in Chet, one of the best on ball defenders in Lou Dort and in Caruso. Forgot about him earlier. You have everything you need, and it's not like they're slowing down. Everybody is still young. No one's getting like going into their early, like their 30s outside of Caruso. He's the oldest player on the team, but they have a legit good chance. Now, our teams, like you said, planning for them. Yes, they saw what happened. They saw even Denver, they had a chance of beating them. They went to 7 games. They got blown out, but that's neither here or there. They took them to 7. The Pacers just took them to 7. So teams are watching them, but with how this crew is set up for the next couple of years, and you talked about it, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago when we was talking about Shea could get like 300 million. You was like, I can see Shea taking like a little discount to help keep everybody there. And I can see it too. I think Shea probably takes a discount. I think J Dub takes whatever they give, like what the max. Chet, maybe not the full max, but decent enough. So they can make some more moves. And Sam Presti, he's probably the best GM in the game. So I think they have a real shot of being a dynasty, and they are still the best team in the NBA. I think it's probably a couple of teams that could potentially beat them, and I'll ask you if they have a legit shot, but they have a chance of at least going back to back and maybe winning 3 out of 4. Shea's only 26. He ain't going nowhere. J Dub is like what 21 or 2. He ain't going nowhere. So they have a shot of being a dynasty in the NBA. So I'm gonna ask you, do you think the Houston Rockets have a chance of beating OKC in the series?
yeah,
You think they got
I
a
think they
legit
do.
shot?
I think with their defense and now they got their closer and Um, Kevin Durant and Shea, they low key cancel each other out. Then you got a man who's a rising star. If he gets a jump shot this off season, he's gonna be scary. Then you got Tyrese and you got Jabari. They literally got everything. They got everything to match them pound for pound. So,
They give them a good shot. Do you think the Nuggets have a chance of beating them?
yeah. I mean, we saw what the Nuggets did with them in the playoffs. This year, and then if the Nuggets go out there and they get some bench guys, it could be a different story. If Aaron Gordon didn't get hurt, it could have been a different story. So,
Do you think the Cavs have a chance?
no,
Oh wow.
no,
But
no,
why you
no,
think the Cavs though?
because they still on fraud alert.
Oh my god.
They still on fraud alert.
Oh my god. No man. So you think with Donovan Mitchell, with that core 4, they don't have a shot. So what would you pick them in the 7-game series if it was the finals?
I'll probably do in 6. I'll give them 2 games.
What do the Cavs have to do what do they have to show you to get off Raw Watch? What do they have to
They
do?
have to. They have to get it done. They lost to the Indiana Pacers. Even if Darius Garland and all them was injured, they shouldn't have lost to them. I don't think they should have lost to that team, but they did. So
I saw somebody say that because you said it last week, they need to go make a move. They have to. You can't keep this same roster together. What if the Thunder go out and try to get Cam Johnson? Remember, he was an option at the trade deadline. What if they go and trade for him and bluster that bench?
that'd be good for them. Because then you can low key put. I mean, Luke Dort is hard to bench, but
You can't
his
bench him. I
shooting
think you can't
sometimes
do it.
his shooting sometimes be streaky though.
He brings the defense though more than Cam.
And then even if you don't want to bench him and you put Hardenstein on the bench or put Cam Johnson in, you don't really lose anything defensively, but you gain shooting for sure. Um, I know they not gonna. I know the Bucks not gonna do this, but they could low key try to go get Giannis too. They got enough trade pieces. They got enough. They got enough for everything. But I know the Bucks are not gonna put Giannis on that team.
Okay? Hear me out. I feel like I don't think it would have happened, but it would have been a realistic chance if they would have lost.
Yeah,
Say in the finals, if they would have lost, or maybe in the second round against the Nuggets, if they would have lost, Thunder looking like this is the second year in a row we lost in the second round. Maybe this core just ain't good enough. We probably got to trade either probably Chet or J-Dub to go get another starter pair with Shea. Did I think because they got everything. They could go get them if they really wanted to.
Yeah, if they
But
really
when
want
you
to, yeah.
win, how that look? It just like no, it looks bad on Giannis' part. He going to go to a super stacked team, and they just won the finals. People kill KD for going to a team that lost in the finals. You think they ain't gonna kill Giannis for going to a team that just won the finals? Nah. I think it could. I think it was a realist. I think it could have been a chance because you could have thrown J-Dub. You could have thrown a whole bunch of man, Loki. You could have thrown that 15 pick. We could have gave you Topic or something. We could have did it. We could have made it happen. Because Giannis and Shea, I ain't gonna cap.
Nasty. Ain't nobody stopping that duo.
I don't nobody ain't beating them. I don't care what nobody tells me.
Mini Shaq and Kobe.
Ooh. Hey, people are comparing Shea to Kobe. People are comparing Shea to Kobe. I sent you that video. People are comparing Shea to Kobe. And Giannis is probably one of the most dominant players since Shaq. Hey, blue and white. Hey, it ain't the craziest. It ain't the craziest. Giannis, it would have been nasty. You think Giannis would have went there though? You think he really, or you think he's loyal?
If they would have lost, like I said, I don't think they're gonna do it because they won, but they have the pieces. But if they would have lost in the second round, I think Giannis would have went there. I don't think he would have cared about going there because one is still a small market team. I feel like Giannis likes the whole small market team. He's comfortable in that type of market. And then you got Shea, and we all know Shea is better than Dame. Yeah, and then depending on who you trade between J-Dub and Chet, you still got good pieces over there. You still got a good team.
Shea clears Dame. He clears him. But overall, we need to wait for more trades. But right now, the Rockets look really good. The priority was to get rid of Gray. And they changed him for KD. Yeah, they gonna repeat at number 2 seed easy. I don't know. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think it's foregone conclusion they're number 2 again. I think they could be top 4, but with the Mavericks, if they get Kyrie back healthy, you just drafted Cooper Flag. The Mavericks, and I've been seeing a lot of people say Stephen A. Smith, he said the Mavericks have the best chance of beating the Thunder. They have the best chance of beating them.
Well, with a healthy Kyrie, yeah.
Yes, with a healthy Kyrie, yes.
Because AD gonna kill Chet. Daniel Gafford and Hardenstein, I feel like they cancel each other out.
Or Derek Lively.
Yeah, or Derek Lively. And then you got Cooper. He's gonna be a high energy guy. He's gonna make those hustle plays. Um, then you got Kyrie. Who was that? They two? Clay.
Clay.
That's the only. That's the only thing is Clay. Is Clay gonna turn back into somewhat of Golden State Clay? We just need him. We just need Clay to give us that 18, 19 he gave us when he first came off his injury.
I think the Mavericks got a really good team. We're gonna get into the draft later, and I that's what I'm ready to talk about, honestly, but we gotta get through all this other stuff. But I just think what the Mavericks are doing, because they still got a good team even after trading Luka. They got a really good bench. Their bench is pretty decent with Lively or game guy for whoever starts. Max
Najee
Christie,
Marshall.
Najee Marshall, Caleb Martin off the bench. They're thinking about going to get a backup point guard, and we'll get into the rumors after this. But they're thinking about getting one. So the Mavericks got a really good team if they're healthy. I think if Kyrie was healthy right now, I think they're top four. I easily think they're top
Yeah,
four. I don't know where you
I
put
think
them.
they are whatchamacallit. They a favorite
What
to win if he
you think they
healthy.
got a legit chance of winning a championship?
Yeah,
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
mean,
mm.
well, it's reports that Jason Kidd want to coach the Knicks. So if they lose Jason Kidd, that's a big that change that moves me a little bit, depending on who they get as their next coach. But I don't think Jason Kidd's gonna leave. He
I don't think
shouldn't.
no, bro. Who you think's in the best? Let me read this from Francisco. Reminder that Clay went 0 for 10 in elimination game. He did against the Kings in that play-in. He was ass. But who you think's in a better situation? The Knicks or the Mavs? Like, what better situation? Both two good teams. But what's the
I
better
low key
situation?
say I low key say the Knicks only because the East is so wide open now. And if Jason Kidd goes there and he's a great basketball mind, I feel like he'd change that team around offensively and defensively. But if he goes there, that's his best path to, get into the championship. Because in the West, you still got OKC, you still got the Rockets, you got Denver, you got a bunch of teams that you got the Lakers, you got a bunch of teams that you got to fight with.
Bro, it's funny how the West got probably the 1 through 10, and then the East is just whoever's the healthiest. Whoever's the
hmm
healthiest, we gonna make it. But in the West, we gotta beat up each other all year round for 82 games. And while the East, we just chilling, we minding our business. But overall, though, OKC, I think they're in a great position to either get rid of those picks to get a good person, to get a good role player, say Cam Johnson or whoever, or keep the picks like how they've been doing and become a dynasty again. So it's just a way to see. But you said they won't be a dynasty. I think they will, but let's get into some of these trade rumors. I think you called me the other day because of that Celtics trade. I was knocked out. I went to sleep early. I was tired. So. But let's start with the first trade. The Boston Celtics and the Portland Trailblazers made a trade. The Celtics trade Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons and 2 second-round picks. What's your reaction to that trade?
I think it was a good trade for the Celtics. I know Drew Holiday was pissed, but I think it was a good trade for the Celtics. They got some money off their books. Then you get a expiring contract in Anthony Simon, so he could at least help you guys next year to be competitive. Um, yeah, I think it was a good trade.
How did
Cause
oh go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because then on top of that, Jason Tatum can still come back towards the end of the second half of the season. So, if Anthony Simons is playing well, he's not no slouch on defense, but I think he's a little bit better than Drew offensively right now. But Drew's still better defensively, but he's not a slouch on defense. So yeah, I think he can help him.
Hey, is this one of the craziest rentals you've ever seen? We literally rented Drew Holiday for 2 years, and we're just gonna send him back. He helped us win a championship. Now we're gonna send him back. That's
Low
crazy
key.
when you think of it like that.
I thought they would at least send him to a team, like a decent team, but they sent him to the Trail. Low key, the Trailblazers, they gonna be nice next year too. They
I don't,
gonna be a sneaky
it's
little team.
crazy. I don't think it's far fetched that they actually keep him this time. I don't think it's
hmm
crazy. I think you know, Scoot he might come off the bench again. Or he starts. Do you think he starts if they keep Drew?
Nah, I think Drew starts.
Because I forgot about they still got Denny. Yeah. If they keep Drew, I think Drew starts. So it's Drew, Shaden, Denny. You got to get off the Jeremy Grant contract, but Jeremy Grant and DeAndre Ayton, you got to get off that contract too. But that would be your starting five. But I think it's not real. Last year, hey, I'm giving you your credit, brother. Had a whole shouting match of Chauncey Billups. Chauncey freaking Billups. You was on this man talking about, hey, great, good coach. He got them boys together. And I said they weren't doing nothing. But then later on, I said, you know what? They have played better under him. They rewarded him with a contract. And maybe they have a legit chance of fighting for a player spot now with Drew Holiday. Is he better than Anthony Simons? No. But with all the other pieces they got, I think it's okay to let go of Anthony Simons to get a good veteran player in Drew Holiday who's real good defensively. Because depending on how the team is, Jeremy Grant can still score. He just got a crazy contract. Shaden Sharp, we know what he is. Denny Avdia was really good last year, really good. So they have the pieces. They have the pieces to potentially, stay fight for a play-in spot. So I think it's not that bad for the Blazers and the Celtics. I think it's a win because with Anthony Simons, one, he's younger. He's a 20-point per game scorer. And the best thing of all, he's on a 1-year deal. So you can either, if he pans out to be somewhat great, we can re-sign him. And if he's not what we think he is, we can just let him go. And that's perfectly fine with us. You're not tied up with him like Drew Holiday. That's why it's so weird how you basically traded an older Drew Holiday with 3 more years left, but got a younger Anthony Simons for 1 year. Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know how Brad Stevens did it, but I think the trade for both sides is pretty decent. And Anthony Simons, he's your third best player on the team behind Derek White and Jaylen Brown. He's third best, so he's easily can get 20, and he shoots a lot of threes. I didn't notice, but he was attempted basically almost 9 threes a game the last 3 years, which is crazy. I didn't know he attempted that many threes. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just didn't know he had took that many threes, and with the Celtics, they shoot a lot of threes. So Joe Mazzulla loves this. So I think it's a pretty good deal on both sides. I think everybody technically wins.
Yeah, and then if we being honest, if he's gonna be on a new team and a new system, so I don't think he's gonna drop 20 points per game this season. He can, but I don't think he will. And then if his numbers drop, that's good for the Celtics because now during the negotiations, they're gonna be like, oh well, his production drops, and since he got traded over here, and they could try to lowball him. And if I'm Anthony Simons, I mean, yeah, I don't want to get lowballed, but at the same time, I would love to compete for a championship with the Boston Celtics. And then with the Trailblazers, I don't think the Trailblazers are done making moves. They got about 5 bigs over there now. They, like you said, they need to get off that Jeremy Grant contract. So I don't think they done making moves yet.
I think DeAndre Ayton is gone. I think he's
Yeah.
gone, bro. I think
Mm.
I think he's traded either this offseason or somewhat close to the deadline. You have too many bigs. You just drafted the Asian big, and we're getting to draft and all that. You got Robert Williams, you got DeAndre Ayton, you got Donovan Clingan, and I think you still got
Reap or something like that.
Yeah, him. You got all these bigs for what? Like, what are we doing? I don't get that part, but I think DeAndre Ayton is on the last year of his deal too. So he's on an expiring contract. And maybe a change of scenery. He might want to leave, and he might put up even greater numbers. DeAndre Ayton is a good player still. Just don't got the motor like you always talk about. He just doesn't have the motor. Maybe a change of scenery. He probably plays into another big contract somewhere else.
What if he goes to Orlando?
Ooh, who do you give up? Ooh.
I mean, I'm saying he played this year out. This is last year, and then he signs with Orlando.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of that's definitely an upgrade over Wendell.
Oh yes, definitely.
Because DeAndre Ayton rebounds, he can pick and pop. The only thing is he's not really no 3-point shooter, so I don't know how that'll work with him and Paulo. Because him and Paulo they shoot around the same areas, so because DeAndre Ayton likes that mid range jumper, that free throw line jumper, and Paulo likes to post up. So that's the only thing. But
Well,
I like that for them.
I don't depend on what DeAndre. I don't think they have the money to give him. But in this hypothetical situation, that would be nice. That would be because they ain't had a good center since
Shaq and Dwight.
I was about to say you forgot Dwight. Low-key, probably. Or Martin Gortat.
Hey, Gortat was good. Gortat was
He was
decent.
decent. He was decent. He was decent. So they had a real good big since, and that would be nice. That would be nice. He just got to bring it on the defensive end, though, on that team. You know that they're one of the best defensive teams, so he got to bring it on the defensive end. That's would be the only thing. But you got to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, probably. You got to get rid of Robert Williams. I don't know who's going to ask for him, but you got to get rid of him. You have to. And on the Celtics, like I said, I like it. I like the move. I was kind of shocked they got him for that. And it's in a lose-lose situation. You save salary in. He's on a 1-year deal. Let me read this. Saw a trade rumor. I know it's not likely, but what y'all think about Jaylen Brown to the Kings for Sabonis? Ain't good capsy.
Straight up, I don't think they do that straight up.
Well,
that'd be nasty though. Sabonis on the Celtics.
Hear me out. What if you trade Jaylen Brown, right? You get this big. He ain't like this rim protected big or whatever, but we know what Sabonis is. If you have a core of, say, Jason Tatum, Anthony Simons runs, it's probably the second or third option. Derek White, we know what he is with Jason Tatum. And Sabonis, that ain't the worst. It ain't bad.
That's not the worst. It ain't bad. Is it a championship contender, though?
It's a championship.
I would low-key say yeah, because they in the East. Only because they in the East. If this was the West, nah. But I would low-key say yeah, because they in the East.
Hey, I saw this trade yesterday. It was for the Jazz. Because did you see the rumors how the Jazz were talking about Jaylen Brown? And then Austin Inge, that's Danny Ainge Sons. He said, "No, we haven't talked about it." I think they did talk about it. I think it just rebuffing it. But it was this trade. It was on Twitter. The Jazz get Jaylen Brown. Now, mind you, this was before Ace Bailey and all that. The Celtics get Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler. This was supposed to be the 5th pick, 2027 first round pick, and the 2030 first round pick. I would have did that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, in a heartbeat, yeah.
I would have did that in a heartbeat. And we'll stay on the Celtics. We'll stay on the Celtics. But do you think about either trading Jaylen Brown or Derek White if you are the Celtics?
Nah, I feel like they gotta keep that core. I mean, if they want to get money off their books, then yeah, I say trade Jaylen Brown because I think he's the second highest paid behind Tatum. So yeah, if you want to get that money off that books and free up your books for the future, then yeah. But I wouldn't do it. I would keep Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum together as long as I can.
What about Derek White?
Yeah, Derek White too. I'll keep him.
You keep them all three.
Yeah, I'll keep all three together.
I ain't gonna lie. You got to give me something crazy for me to give up on Jaylen Brown and Derek White, one of them. Because there was rumors before the draft. It said that the Raptors offered the number 9 pick for Derek White. Obviously, that didn't happen. But
no, I wouldn't have did it.
But and maybe a player. But I mean, I would have. It got to be.
It depends
crazy.
on that player. It depends on that player for Derek White. They probably
added RJ. I wouldn't have been shocked if it was RJ in there. RJ and the number 9 for Derek White.
Nah.
I ain't good cap. I would think about it. I would have thought about it, but Jaylen Brown, nah. I feel like we seen what they can do. They've been great basically their whole entire careers together. They won a championship, and we're just gonna give up basically after one gap year. I don't think you should give up after one gap year. Let's see what happens this year, and then when Tatum comes back, let's see what y'all can do next all season and put other players around him, and then maybe y'all could get back to championship contender. But just because of the gap year, don't mean I got to give up on it. Let me read these other ones. That would be so good for the Celtics, but I don't know what the Kings are going to do with Brown, Levine, and DeRozan. Oh, God. man.
One of them gone. One of them gone. More than likely it's DeRozan.
DeRozan.
Yeah,
Hey,
one of them
man, I
gone.
tell you about the Kings, man. I tell you about the Kings. Sabonis needs to be free from the shackles of Sacramento. Hey, man, look, I think Sabonis likes California, man. I wouldn't leave California if it was up to me. But Sacramento are brain here, so maybe it could happen. Good point. But it was another trade that happened with the Celtics. 3-team trade. The Atlanta Hawks get Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick. The Brooklyn Nets gets Terrence Mann and a 2020 pick in this year's draft. And the Celtics gets George Niang and a second-round pick. What is your take on Kristaps Porzingis to the Hawks?
Well, that was clearly a salary dump. That man hasn't even helped them in the playoffs in the last 2 years, and he got a free ring. So that was clearly a salary dump. He brought nothing to the team, and then they at least get a pick back, and Georgie Yang, he
George Niang.
gone. George Niang, they releasing him, they waiving him. But I like it for the Hawks though. The only thing is you got a Kongu, and what are you gonna do with it? Of course, Clint Capella is gone now, but they're not re-signing him. But what you got a Kongu? He's supposed to be your future big. What are you gonna do with that? Because then now you got Jalen Johnson still, you got Zachariah Ricochet, like you got a lot of pieces over there, and you just gonna move a Kongu back to the bench. I think he deserves to start now.
Or you could put Zachary on the bench. You could.
And put Jalen at the 3?
Yeah, you could do that. You have a big front court. You could do
But what
that.
about the shooting?
What did Dyson Daniels shoot this year from 3? What did he shoot?
Dyson Daniels shot.
And I don't know what Jalen Johnson shot off the top of my head.
Dyson Daniels shot 34% from 3, but he got to start. He has to start.
Oh, he's starting. That's why I said you put Zachary. What did Jalen Johnson? What did he shoot from 3?
Jalen Johnson.
I know he didn't play that many games, so.
No, he did. He played. How many games did he play? He played 36 games. He only shot 31% from 3.
Oh,
he attempted 4.
No,
but he got to start too, though.
Oh, he started regardless. So, do you think they put Porzingis on the bench?
If he still got that respiratory problem, then yeah. Hell yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. So I don't know.
If he still got that respiratory problem, yeah.
What if
put him on the bench?
What if he's healthy?
But if he's healthy?
Yes, if he's healthy.
What does Okongwu shoot from 3? Because Okongwu was shooting 3s this year too.
Yeah, what he shooting?
Okay, I don't even know how you spell that man's name.
Just put OKEN something like that. I'll never know how to spell his name either.
Shit, he shot 32% from 3. Oh my god.
So, like you said, you need to shoot it.
Because literally, 3 out of your players that you'll be starting won't be able to. They could hit the 3, but they can't really shoot. Because Dyson Daniels really isn't a great 3-point shooter. Jalen Johnson isn't. Okongwu isn't. If you start him with Porzingis,
I think you got.
So you'll really be relying on Trey.
I think you got to start him. And then
what? Bring Okongwu off the bench again?
Yeah, you got to. It's just, and plus you traded for a $30 million player to what? Come out the bench. $30 million just to come out the bench. What? Like I probably start him. I think you gotta start KP. Like he can help with the 5 out. He helps with that. Hey, somebody said on Twitter, this is the best player Trae Young has ever played with, and I was like, he ain't lying. He ain't lying.
No, they not.
Porzingis is the best player. Is the best he's ever played with. Because I think I remember we talked about that like months ago, and you could probably say John Collins, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Johnson. I like Jalen Johnson. Don't get me wrong. We both had him as our most improved. But Jalen Johnson, now you bring in Porzingis. We know what Porzingis is. Like, this is probably the best player he's ever played with. Like real talk. Like when Porzingis plays in the regular season, it's just when it comes to the playoffs, he's never there. He's just not there. And that doesn't make sense. But when he's healthy, he can easily get you 20, potentially 8, 9, and a block or two. Pretty good. So this helps stuff. I think you do have to start him. But on the
And it's
Celtics
crazy
side,
because
oh, go ahead. Go
it's
ahead.
crazy because Porzingis only played 42 games in the regular season, bro. So they tried to keep him available for the playoffs, and he still wasn't able to play in the playoffs. That's crazy.
Well, remember he came out. Remember he broke his like ankle or something in the playoffs last year. When
Hmm.
they won the championship, and then he missed majority of all this year after that long surgery, and then he just came out of nowhere with this illness. So I don't know what be going on with the man. But on the Celtics side, like you said, easily salary dump. They just got George Niang in the pick. I think George Niang stays. He just plays or whatever, but he's just there. But on the Hawks side, hey, we always talk about the Hawks mid. I don't think they mid no more. I think they're above mid now. I think they really
They
are.
got top
Okay.
six.
Yes, 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 yes. They are. They are. Yes, the Pacers are not it. We just said it earlier that we don't even think they're probably better than Boston. I mean, they're probably better than Boston right now. Yes, they are a top 6 team in the East, bro. You keep Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, most improved player. Zachary coming into year 2, gonna be better. Jalen Johnson off the injury was good. Was the second best player last year. Good. Now you pray Porzingis is healthy. If you resign Karis LeVert as your 6th man, yes, they could be good. They could be a decent, really good, decent team. Like, are they better than the Knicks, or at least somewhere close?
Who, the Hawks?
Yes, the Hawks
No, I don't think they better than the Knicks. I don't think they're better than the Knicks.
better than Cavs,
No,
better than the Magic.
I put them in the same tier with the Magic. Even though I think the Magic low key a little bit better than them, but I'll put them in
Be-
the same tier.
better than the Pistons.
No, I don't think they're better than the Pistons. Not my
Better than
boys.
better than a healthy Sixers team.
No.
That's 6 right there. That's top 6 team in my eyes. The Hawks, I think they made a really good move. Now, is it championship type move? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
But I think everybody is looking like, can we be the Pacers? No one never had the Pacers. No one thought they would go to the finals, but look where they were. They were in the finals. Maybe we could be that. We just makes a couple of moves, have a deep team. We could be that team. And especially when the East is wide open, I think what the Hawks did was really good. I'm not even gonna lie. Now the Nets, hey, the Nets are the Nets, bro. And I want to talk about them so bad, but we gonna get into them about the draft. Like I want to talk about them so bad. Damn, Hawks is gonna improve from 8 seed to 7 seed. It's crazy. Hey, I like what the Hawks did. I like what they did, man. I thought it was a decent move, bro. I thought it was a decent move.
Yeah, I like
Uh,
that. I like the move them.
where's the other trade, bro? Okay, another trade that happened. The Wizards and the Pelicans. The Wizards get CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second round pick. The Pelicans get Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and pick number 40 in this year's draft. What is your take on the Pelicans and Wizards trade?
Well, I don't know how I feel because I feel like low key CJ McCollum is still a better player than Jordan Poole. I think they just did it because Jordan Poole was younger, but you did get Sneak Bay back. Sneak Bay is he's decent, and then you got that 40th pick that they in the second round. I don't really think it's a needle mover. Um, I think they wanted to get younger, somebody that could fit the timeline with Zion, and then DeJounte is hurt right now, so if he doesn't come back by training camp or by the start of the season, you got Jordan Poole to play point, and then they get some shooting out there. But is it crazy to say Jordan Poole comes off the bench if DeJounte Murray comes back healthy? Because they gonna start hurt. Well, Trey Murphy. What did he injure?
I think it was just a shoulder. He'll be
Oh,
back.
so yeah, so Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion, and then Messi, or Derek Queen, um, and then DeJounte. So is it crazy to say that Jordan Poole comes off the bench?
I don't think it's crazy, but I don't think it happens because,
Who gonna start over him?
well,
Well, who you gonna
maybe,
start over?
maybe. So I'm just thinking about like in the future, I guess. Is it crazy? I'm gonna use another crazy. Herb Jones not there by the
Mm,
trade deadline. Is that crazy?
yeah, to me, yes. I feel like you gotta keep Herb Jones. He's an all defensive team type of guy,
Or Trey
and he's a
Murphy?
great passer, rebounder. He does everything.
Or Trey Murphy? He might.
I can see them moving Trey Murphy because he definitely deserves a big contract. He's definitely gonna deserve a big contract.
He just signed a
Didn't he just?
contract.
I was just say he just signed one.
He just signed one. I
Unless they
don't.
want to plan for their future, then moving off of him.
Okay, so hypothetically, I think Jordan when Dejounte comes back, I think they start both. And with how the Pelicans are doing, I don't expect them to really be that great. I guess so. Maybe they're a bad team and they probably give up some players. Maybe Trey Murphy or Herb. So I don't think it's out the realm he comes off the bench, but I don't think so. I think, like you said, they get a younger guy. And the good thing is, because CJ McCollum was making 30 some mil, Jordan Poole was making 30 some mil. The only thing is CJ was on the expiring contract. So you really got off of that. But with Jordan Poole, you have 2 years to see what he is. Like, is he the future? You have 2 years. So you got a younger player and you have 2 more years. So if Jordan Poole don't work out maybe this year, we could just trade him in the offseason. And somebody take him on an expiring deal. So I think that's a good move. I think it's pretty decent. Sadiq Bey is solid. He's a solid
Hmm.
player. Like he's not weak. He's none of that. I think he came off a torn ACL, so he basically just missed all of last year. So he'll come back. He'll come back healthy. So I don't think it's the worst. Now on the Wizard side, like I said in the group chat, them people, man, I think it's a decent move. I think it's a decent move because you have Marcus Smart over there already. You have Chris Middleton over there already. You have CJ McCollum over there now. So they got the veterans. They have veterans now to teach those young guys with Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson now, Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George. You have the young players now, and now they got the veterans to look up to them. Are they still going to be a bad team? Yes. But do I think they can win more than 18 games? Yes. I think they can win more than 18 with this team. Like, I think this is a really good, and you brought in Kelly Olynyk, a solid backup big man. So I think this is actually a pretty good move on the Wizards side. Like, it's not the craziest thing to say. That's what I said yesterday in the chat. I was like, the Wizards are moving in the right direction. Not saying they're gonna be better, but like a really good team, but they're just moving in the right direction. I think it's a pretty good trade for both teams.
Yeah, like you said, CJ McCollum, he could definitely. I wouldn't be surprised though if they try to trade CJ McCollum by the deadline. But like you said, it's a good thing for the young guys because it gives Bob Carrington another mentor. It gives Trey Johnson another mentor. And CJ McCollum, I feel like he's all about helping the young guys. So now you got those three older guys helping those Keyshawn George, like you said, Bob Carrington, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr. You got all those guys because Kelly Olynyk can help Alex Sarr stretch out to the three and help him with his 3 point shot. Helping him learn when to pick and pop, when to roll. So it's not bad at all. It's not bad.
Like, bro, the Wizards are a team like now. Now this is I ain't gonna. They're not the Pistons because the Pistons have basically a star. I think Cade is a star. So they had their star for the last 3 years. The team was just bad. I don't think the Wizards have a star. Maybe not just yet,
Mhm.
but it's just the fact that you talked about it all the time, even before in the summertime last year. You said they got JB Biggerstaff. They're gonna be way better. They brought in Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway. They're gonna be way better. Look at what happened. They won 40-some games. The Wizards, I think with veteran type players, they could be a better team. They could be a better team. They're still gonna be bad. I just don't think. I think they can win probably 20-something games, and that's improvement for the Wizards. That is improvement because they've been bad for a lot of years. They've been bad, and also they have 100-something million in cap space for next offseason. So you could go sign some players. You're gonna have to overpay, but you can go sign some players.
Only thing is, like, now for next year, how bad are they gonna be? Because next year, that's when AJ Davinsa comes out. It's a lot of good players coming out next year. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of good players, but it's some decent amount of good players coming out next year. So it's like it's like now you got these veterans. Yeah, you guys are gonna win more than 18 games, but you don't want to be too good because you still want to get one of those top 3 picks, top 5 picks to get one of those good players coming out next year.
Well, hold on. I think that pick for next year, I think that was the pick that went with the Grizzlies.
Oh my God. Is it protected?
I'm about to look it up right now as we speak. Give me 5 seconds. Let me read this while it loads up. Oh wait, read that already. The Pelicans could do something. 2 years ago, they made playing with a worse roster. I think that roster probably better than this one, honestly. Chris Middleton MVP season. Francisco be trolling. He be trolling. He be trolling, bro. Like it's crazy. Hold on, he be trolling, bro. Let me look it up because I think that's a pick swap. Let me see. Load up. Grizzlies. Let's see. Sorry, guys. That is silence. Okay, so this 2026 first round pick is Phoenix, Washington, or Orlando swap rights. It says Washington has the right to swap its 2020 first round pick protected for selections 9 through 30 for Phoenix's 2026 first round pick. Orlando then has the right to swap its 2026 first round pick for the less favorable of Phoenix pick and Washington pick, if conveyed. Memphis then has the right to swap its 2020 first round pick for the least or less favorable of the Phoenix pick, the Washington pick, it conveyed, and Orlando pick. Charlotte will receive the least favorable of these. If the Washington pick is not conveyed, then the commitment to Washington will be lifted, and Orlando will instead have the rights to swap his picks. So I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot. From what it sounds like, I don't think Washington might not get that pick.
No, they're not. They don't sound like they don't get that pick.
So technically, they got to be better than what we expect them to be. So potentially Memphis could get AJ DeBonta if it goes right. If it goes right, they could potentially.
That's
I don't
tough.
know. I don't know how this pick got to. Oh wait, that was the Bradley Beal, but Orlando had that pick. So how did they get it? I don't know. I don't know how they got that pick. But like I said, I think the Wizards are moving in the right direction. I think the Pelicans. I just don't know what their starting lineup's gonna be, honestly. Like, I'm just projecting Jordan Poole, Herb, Trey Murphy, Zion, and probably Messi starts over Derek Queen. I'm just guessing as of right now. I don't know if you think Derek Queen can start. I don't know, but I think that's what they're probably going.
He is starting level big, but I don't think he's gonna start over Messi just because of fit wise. Because he's more so of an offensive big, and they gonna need defense in that lineup. So
He was high on Derek Queen, just like way before even the draft started. Let me see if there's more rumors. Then we can move on. Then I want to move on to the free agents. Then we could go to the draft. Let me see. I need a new iPad. Shout out to the 4 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the stream. We're almost there. Let's see. Let's see. I'll say this quick, Roman. The Kings are taking calls and listening on trade offers for Zach LaVine. You think the Kings trade him after they just got him for what, couple of months?
Yes, him and Demar. I think they all three of them might be gone. The Demar, Zach, and Sabonis. I don't
Think
know
all
if they're
three?
gonna do it this off season or they're gonna do it by the trade deadline.
I think by the trade deadline, Zach LaVine banking a lot of money.
Cause they
Uh,
in no man's land.
bro, they might be in the biggest of no man's land. The Hawks are expected to register interest in a sign and trade deal with the Timberwolves to try and acquire Nickeil Alexander Walker. You like him on the
That
Hawks?
ain't bad. I mean, that ain't bad as a backup. Cause they really don't have no backup point for real, for real. So he could be that backup guard off the bench. That's not bad. And then you got him and Karras coming off the bench. That's not bad.
I like it. I think they need another 3 and D type player. He probably one of their best. Well, no, not Dyson Daniels, but he's definitely probably their second best defender on the team, and that's what the Hawks been missing a lot of his defense. And then you bring in one of the best defenders in the league on the team. I like it. The Lakers and the Heat trade discussions around Andrew Wiggins have advanced to the next step. It says, what if I've been hearing is that it would be an Andrew Wiggins for Rui Hachimura swap, and then the Lakers would have to attach one of their larger expiring contracts, whether it's Maxi Kleber or Gabe Vincent. The other part is Miami is asking for a first round pick. Mind you, this was before the draft, so well, they probably can ask for their other one. So, you like Andrew Wiggins on the Lakers?
No, they need a big. Instead of trading Rui for Andrew Wiggins, you can go trade Rui and get you a big or something, bro. Like, what's the point of getting Andrew Wiggins? I mean, yeah, you would get perimeter defense. He's a better 3 point. I think he's a better 3 point shooter than Rui. Um, and he's more athletic, but I don't really like it. You could use Rui to go get you a big or something.
What about that one deal with John Collins? I said,
No,
bruh.
no,
They was talking about Rui for John Collins.
no, no.
I don't want John Collins on the team. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
want him
cap.
either.
I don't want John Collins on that team. Bro, that John Collins is undersized. You're still missing a big man. You're still missing a big
Mm-hmm.
man. Like you don't need like John Collins and Rui Hachimura are basically in the same tier. Technically, like basically they're in the same tier. No, I don't want that. But with Andrew Wiggins, you get perimeter defense, like you said. You get another 3 point shooter. You get another player that can go get his own shot. But you already have three guys that can get their own shot if you keep Austin Reeves. You already have that. And plus, Rui Hachimura is bigger than Wiggins. You need that size. Wiggins, he don't bring the size on that team. You need that. Because, I mean, yeah, you can move LeBron to power forward, but it's like, I'd rather probably keep Rui and Wiggins. Like, you need to go get a big man. Like, that's what we need. Hey, man, look. Pat Riley, he over there tweaking. So try to go get Bam or something. Try to
He
go
ain't
get
that.
Bam.
He ain't that dumb. He ain't that dumb.
Hey, man, look. Hayward Highsmith was the needle mover. That was the. Hey, look. I'm just saying that was the reports. You saw it. We saw the reports. All right. This is the last trade. Then we'll move on to the free agents. And obviously, this has something to do with the draft. The Suns received Mark Williams from the Hornets for pick 29 and a 2029 first round pick. What is your take on Mark Williams get traded to the Suns?
It's crazy because that trade happened right before they drafted the big man from Duke. And so I'm like, if I'm because they all in that trade room together. So I'm like,
Yeah.
why would y'all trade for Mark Williams if y'all just gonna draft the big man from Duke? Ain't no sense to me. Like I like it because Mark Williams, he's a decent player, but you just drafted a big that big man from Duke. He's not bad at all. I think he deserves a start coming out, if you ask me. But I didn't get it. I mean, like I said, it's not bad because Mark Williams is a good big, and they needed a big. But you just drafted that rookie.
It would. I have to find a report, but it was like a report saying that they didn't think he was gonna slide down that way, and that's why they traded for Mark Williams. And then it's like, oh snap, he is here with us, so let's take him. But I have to find like the report and all the for real details. But I mean, for Mark Williams, I think it's not bad. The Suns were missing a big man. They didn't like have a legit big man. Like we talk about it a lot. Nick Richards is not like he's just not a starter. Like he's a good backup. I think he's a good backup, but he can't start for me. He just can't. He could give me. He can start for me like if my big man is out for like a couple of weeks. I'm cool with him starting, but he can't start for me for 82 games. I can't deal with that. So Mark Williams brings the defense, the rim protection. He can score. Like I think that's what they need. He's still young. You pair him with Devin Booker. I know you talk about they need to trade him, but Devin Booker is still there. I think it's not that bad. And it's crazy how the freaking the Suns are just taking the Hornets big man. Like what? They just taking their
Yeah,
big man.
yeah. I ain't get why the Hornets did that because now you legit have no big
They actually
unless you
do.
finna go trade for him.
They actually do have a big man, and I forgot
But
Nurkic.
Nurkic,
Yes, I
bro,
think
no,
Nurkic is gonna start, bro. Nurkic is gonna start.
bro, no. He need to go, bro. That man
Nurkic
ain't
is.
in no more. He too slow. I mean, he was shooting threes once he got over there, but like, bro, like, no, he just isn't it, bro. It's about that time.
It's about that time. They still got Nurkic, but I think it's not a bad move. I think it's decent, And then I think Mark Williams, you get to see if he's healthy. If he stays healthy, good move. But if he's not, we got Milo Watch to come in and potentially start. So I think and all you gave up was pick 29, depending on how that is, and the 29th pick this draft. It's not the worst. I think it's not bad. So it's not a decent move. All right. Let's get into our free agents, where we think is the best spot for these players. Then we're gonna move into the NBA draft. I'm excited for that. All right. So I got a list of these players. I don't think we're gonna do all these players. So I got some names. I got some names.
Oh,
This man going through it over there. I'm going through it. But the first name I got, LeBron James. With a player option. What you think is gonna happen with LeBron James?
LeBron's staying in LA. He's not going nowhere.
Do you think he takes a pay cut? Or you think he just takes
Uh, let's see. LeBron got probably about 2 more years left in him, maybe three. I see him taking a pay cut so they can go get somebody else. I see him taking a pay cut. He already made over 200, 300 mil. So
I saw reports
I
saying
see him taking
that
a cut.
he could get like another deal worth almost 50 a year. He'll opt out, do another 1-for-1 with a player option, with a full no trade clause, and take like 50 some mil again. Hey man, I'm telling you, G, these players, they don't care, bro. They want as much money as they can. I don't care.
LeBron do not need that.
I agree.
He don't
I
need it,
agree.
man. If you want
I
to
do.
win one more ring before you get up out of here, take that pay cut, bro.
I think it's the right thing. But remember, I think he took a pay cut last year, and then the Lakers didn't go out and get nobody. Because remember, they
That's
was
true.
linked to all those players, and they didn't go out and
Hmm.
get nobody. So he did it last year. He's like, I don't know, but I think LeBron stays. Obviously, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't leaving no Los Angeles. James Harden with a player option. You think he stays or you think he goes?
No, he stays in LA.
They need to keep him. They need to do everything in their power to keep him. Hey, before the Fred VanVleet contract, people were saying James Harden, it would be nice for him to go back to Houston to pair with KD and them.
That would have been nasty. James Harden, Amin, Kevin Durant, Jabari or Tyrese and whoever starts,
And
and
Sengun,
then and Sengun, that's nasty.
is that better than the Thunder or are they right there with them?
I think that's a little bit better than the Thunder.
Oh, wow. Wow. James Harden better than the Thunder. Wow. But with the Clippers, they need to resign him. You have Kawhi still there. Honestly, James Harden was an all-star player this year. I think you have to keep him. Honestly, I don't even know where he would go. Like, I'm looking at the teams. I don't even know where he would potentially go. Like, if he did opt out. Because I don't know how much he got paid, But if I had to like pick what teams that could probably
Mavs,
sign him,
throw Clay ass on the bench.
not the Mavs.
Him and
They don't.
Kyrie.
I think they
Him
got a
and
lot of
Kyrie start.
no. No. I don't think. Well, I mean, it depends. Like, it depends on what his market is. I don't think they. If James Harden wants to say 30 million a year, I don't think the Mavs have 30 million a year. I don't think they have that. So I would say the Clippers. I think James Harden stays with the Clippers and they keep balling out. Julius Randle, player option. Think he leaves or you think he goes?
Nah, he picking that up. He gonna stay. He gonna stay with the T Wolves.
I swear I was like, don't be shocked if Julius Randle. I said, man, I can see Julius Randle picking that option up. I can see it, bro. He getting that. I think that option's like 30 million after having really a bad Western Conference Finals. I think he picks that up and stays. And Julius Randle was good. He was decent this year. Like, you can't lie and say like he wasn't decent. Like, he was really good for them, and he helped them get to the Western Conference Finals. So Julius Randle, he stays with the Timberwolves. Miles Turner is a regular free agent.
I think the Pacers gonna sign him back. I think he wants to stay in Indiana too. I think they're gonna sign him back.
Yeah, this is easy. Miles Turner, he returns to Indiana. He returns to Indiana, and they try to get back to where they was in the finals. Josh Giddey, a restricted free agent. He commanded 30 a year. 30 a year.
The Bulls gonna pay that. The Bulls gonna pay that. They gonna pay that.
Hey, Josh Giddey was hooping. Can't lie and say he wasn't. Josh Giddey was hooping for the Bulls, man. He was hooping. Josh Giddey, I think he returns to the Bulls and has another really good year. They need him. He is what is he their best player or is he the second?
Yes,
He's the
he's
best
their
player.
best. Well, if Vucevic is still there, I would low key say Vucevic is still the best player. But if Vucevic is gone, Josh Giddey is definitely their best player.
Man, is that bad for us? That Josh Giddey is our
Yes.
best player?
Yes. Yes.
Oh man. Jonathan Kuminga, restricted free agent.
Low key, I think the Warriors gonna match whoever offer him a contract, but I wouldn't be mad with the with him going to the Heat. To be honest with you, I would not be mad at that. But I think
I
the
would,
Warriors gonna match whoever offer him.
bro. The Warriors are petty. They're petty, bro. And did you see what he talked about recently? He said that he felt like he just never had a chance. He felt like he never got a chance to like really play like with the Warriors. And Steve Kerr was benching him all the time. And I think they was talking about on First Take, like Jonathan Kuminga he doesn't want to be a role player no more. He doesn't want to like fit in. He wants to be like a focal
The
point of
guy,
the team.
yeah.
Like he wants to be that. And I think if he goes to the Heat, bro, you're instantly the third best player. You're instantly third best player. Or maybe Andrew Wiggins if they trade him somewhere else. But if it's looking like you trade Andrew Wiggins, then you do have to go get Jonathan Kuminga. And John Kuminga as your third best player isn't the worst. It's not the worst. So
You think
he
they
can
have whatchamacallit? You think they have
what?
Sam Wiggins back to Golden State?
Nah. Hey, that'd be crazy though. You had Jimmy, Wiggins, Draymond, and Steph. Ooh, that'd be crazy.
And then go get you a big?
They do need to sign a big. Hey, the Warriors be decent though. I give them that. They'd be decent if they could get the right big. But Jonathan Kuminga, I like him on the Heat. I like him on the Heat. I like him
If he
actually
goes
on.
to if he goes to the Heat, how much what's he averaging? Because he averaged 15 last year. He getting to 20 or 18?
I wouldn't be shocked if it's 18. I wouldn't be shocked because you get another guy that can go. He can get downhill. He's still
Mm-hmm.
kind of a raw prospect, but it's like where we in year what 3 or 4 with him now?
Or nah, he going into year
Because
5. He going into year 5.
literally 5 years. Wow. Hey, and Steve Kerr been on
And
that
he
BS for
only
5
averaged
years.
24. He only averaged 24 minutes and got you 15. So he easily getting 30, 32 minutes once he go to the Heat.
They need to go, especially what you missed out on Kevin Durant. Try to go get Jonathan Kuminga. And he's young too. He's younger than Wiggins. So yes, like that could be your core with Tyler, Bam, and Kuminga. Yeah, I actually
Mhm.
love it for the Heat. I think, and especially with the East being wide open, go get that dude,
And
bro. Go
Khalil
get that
Ware. And Khalil Ware.
Khalil. Man, forgot. Man, they will have a team. They will have a decent
Yeah.
team.
They just missing a starting point guard now. I think
Well,
they
they
going I think
drafted
they
one.
need like a defensive point guard though.
Well, they drafted a point guard. They drafted your guy.
I mean, he ain't got no defense though. He
Hey
ain't got
man,
no D.
they drafted a point guard though. We'll get way more into that later. Nas Reed, player option.
He's gonna stay with no, I think he's gonna decline it low key and they gonna resign him to a into a bigger contract. But I think he stays at Timberwolves.
Hey, you like Nas Reed on the Pistons? It said the Pistons had interest in him. If he like declines, they could sign. You like him on the Pistons?
Low key, yeah, but I want him to. I think Nas Reed should start. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's good as a backup, but I think he deserves to start. Play
Mm-hmm.
him, Jalen Duran, a man, Cade, and whoever else at the three. Well, probably Jaden Ivey gonna start
You think Jaden
if they
Ivey
don't
still
move
gonna
him.
start when he
If they
comes
don't
back?
move him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And even if they resign Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway back, you think that he still
I
starts?
think I think one of them gone. I don't know who, but
No, okay.
most likely probably Tim Hardaway. But I
I need
think
to
one of
resign
them
Malik.
gone.
I need to resign Malik Beasley. He was
Yeah, he's
really
super.
good for them. He was really good. But Nas Reed, I think he declines it. I think they resigned him to a new deal. But I wouldn't be shocked if he goes and gets probably a bigger, not a bigger deal, but just probably a better contract somewhere else. Like it's time for him to start, like you said. Like he's been a backup. He won $6 million a year. It's time for that man to start and actually, be like he was a focal point, obviously, but to be a focal point on the team. And if I ain't gonna lie, the Pistons, I think it'd be decent, but like you said, he does need to start.
Hey,
Malik B.
if he declines it, and say the Nets offer him a big ass contract, you think the Timberwolves will try to match it? Because if I'm the Timberwolves, you can't let Nas go.
Well, depends. I The Nets got bread, so they
Yeah,
could
that's what I'm
give them
saying.
probably they give them him a bit. They probably can't give like that. Like he's just a free agent. This ain't restricted or nothing. So if the Nets give him say 100 mil, like 100 mil for 4 years, do the Timberwolves have an extra 25 million when you wrapped up in Rudy, Julius Randle opts back in, and making a lot of bread? Do you have enough money to give them extra 25 a year? I don't know. I don't know. Would they do it? Ooh. It got to be. If it's
You
close to
can't let
30,
him
I don't
go.
think so. If it's close to
But
30, I
yeah,
think you let him
yeah. If
go.
it's close to 30, hell no, they're not gonna do that. But you can't let him go though. Only other thing I can see him doing is picking up that option, or them convincing him to pick up that option. But did you see that he got into it with this white guy? After they had lost, this white guy had DM'd him and said he was trash. Well, like he was going back and forth, and then he bet this white guy. The white guy was like, "Bro, you so trash. You're not gonna get 100 million." And he was like, "Watch this." So I wouldn't be surprised if Nas Reed either leaves or I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves if the Timberwolves don't pay him that money.
Nas Reed is really good, bro. He's really good. Malik Beasley.
Oh yeah, he's staying with us. He ain't going nowhere. They locking it up.
That's the one team I can say that's yours. That's one of your teams. I can give you that one. I can't give you the Thunder. I can't do that. I
Nah,
can't give
the
you the
Thunder's
Thunder.
not my team. I'm just a SGA fan. Man. Hey, you know what's crazy? I said I wasn't a Dallas Maverick fan. I was a Luca fan, and
You
you
was
gave me all that shit. But then you said
no,
last reaction that you a Tyrese Halliburton fan. You're not a
no,
Pacers fan.
no. Okay, let me say this real quick. Yes, you have always said you're a Luca fan, but I was always saying you're basically a Dallas Mavericks fan because at that point, Luca and Kyrie were your favorite players. They were, right? They still are your favorite players. They're still two of your
hmm
favorite players, but they were both on
hmm
the same team. So it's like you basically a Dallas Mavericks fan. Technically, that's why I kept saying you are a Dallas Mavericks fan. I was telling Fred, and at that point with Francisco, I was like, bro, he's basically a Dallas Mavericks fan. Two of his favorite players on the same team. You might as well be a Dallas Mavericks fan. Might as well.
Hell no! Look what Nico did to us. Even though he made up for it, look what he did to us.
They still said fire
Hell
Nico.
no.
They still said fire Nico at the thing. They still did it too after they drafted Cooper.
Still, it's fuck him because he should never did that shit.
Oh wow. But you just said he just made it up. Now you saying fuck him still. That's crazy.
Don't trade my boy like that. What is his problem?
Let's move on. Cam Thomas, restricted free agent.
I don't think nobody gonna match his contract, and then the Nets gotta pay somebody. They have to overpay somebody. So I think he stays with the Nets.
Well, the reports was he gets 100 mil for 4 years. That's 25 a year. I think that's about right for Cam. I think that's about right.
Mm-hmm.
And to probably some other teams, I don't think it's worth it. Like so, and like you said, the Nets have to sign somebody. They have to sign somebody. So I think Cam stays with the Nets, and he could be a focal point. He's still pretty young. He's still pretty young. So you sign him. Brook Lopez.
Oof.
I would
He
say the
unrestricted,
Warriors.
right?
Yeah.
He unrestricted, right?
Yep, regular free agent.
Oof. Low key, I'd probably say the Magic, because the Magic they need a shooting big. Probably the Magic.
You think he fits them with that slow? He's so slow though. He's so.
I mean, I don't think the Magic was a fast paced team last year.
So. I don't think they were fast paced.
And then Brook Lopez, he still, even though he's old, he still brings that defense. Only thing is playing the pick and roll with him, but he still brings that defense, and he's a good 3-point shooter. So, and that's what the Magic missing. They need a 3-point shooting big, unless Wendell steps it up.
I would say the Warriors. I think the Warriors have I think they should try to go get him. You need the thing is he didn't have to do it with the Bucks, but he won't really have to be the main rebounder. Jimmy rebounds. Steph actually is a pretty good rebounder for a guard. It's pretty good. Jimmy Butler rebounds. So you don't have to be this 10-point rebounder. You just need somebody that's big and can shot block. Kevon Looney just doesn't bring that. And it helps with the shooting. Like a pick and pop big, like you just said with the Magic, I think it can help with the Warriors. Does it put them in top 4? I don't know, but I think it's just better, and it elevates them a little bit. So I think Brook Lopez to the Warriors would it'd be a good move.
Well, they can't play no man defense if they grab him because he's so terrible in the pick and roll. It's because he's just slow now. He's just so slow now.
Ty Jerome, regular free agent, unrestricted free agent. I saw Kings.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he's been hooping these last 2 years, so he's definitely gonna get a bigger contract than what he has now, and I don't think the Cavs is gonna pay him. So I mean, I heard the Pistons because Dennis Schroeder is a free agent, but I wouldn't want Ty Jerome because Dennis Schroeder brings the defense, the 3-point shooting. I feel like he's a little bit better than Ty Jerome. Because Ty Jerome has no defense at all, none. But yeah, I could see the Kings paying him. That's cool. Other than that, I don't know where else he'll go.
When you look at the teams, it's really not a lot of places he could go. Like if he wants to, because he probably thinks I'm starting level after having a breakout year.
He's not though. He's a good backup.
You think he can't start?
No, I don't think he's a starting level point guard.
What if he started on the Heat?
I wouldn't like that.
The Kings? I say go. Get your money. Well, do they have money now?
Well, whoever gonna pay you, that's who you go to. Whoever gonna pay you.
Bobby Portis has a player option.
I think he opts into that and he stays with the Bucks.
I think he opts out. Bro, he was good. I know he got suspended. That's neither here or there. When he played, he was good. And he was one of their best players in the playoffs. I heard that the Warriors are thinking about Bobby Portis.
That's low-key not bad. But how tall is Bobby Portis? He's like 6'9", ain't he?
I say 6'9", 6'10".
Bobby Yeah, he's 6'10". He taller than what I thought. Because the Warriors like to run small ball
Yeah.
anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad though. That's not bad for something. No, him and Draymond Green. Oh my God, that's a. You know how many
Hey,
fights they could probably get in?
hey, and Jimmy Butler. Hey,
Oh
hey,
my God,
hey,
bro.
I'll say this. You got some dogs that's gonna ride for you. You got some dogs
Man,
that's
boy,
gonna ride for you.
it's gonna be Malice in the Palace all over again, boy.
It's gonna be like with Boogie Cousins. Hey.
Yeah,
No, Boogie was crazy. I don't
yeah,
blame him
Boogie
though.
OD.
Dude, they was crazy. The dude do
Nah,
a
he
whole
OD,
pop
bro.
on him.
Grabbing your
No,
dick
that was
and putting your
crazy.
and
That was
sweating your
crazy.
face, bro. That's OD,
They
bro.
they said he took dude's lollipop or something like that. And something
I,
like that out his. No, they didn't say it was in his mouth. I think it was in his head. And he
uh,
grabbed it. Then he was going at him. But then when he walked out, that's when people threw all them food. But they had to get like 8 dudes to stop him, boy. He was on one. He was on one. But Bobby Portis, I like him. I think the Warriors just need a better big man than Kevon Looney. But like I
yeah.
said, you got them dogs on your team. You got them dogs. It's freaking net. You got them dogs on your team, man. Because the minute Draymond Green gets a fight, Bobby Portis right there, Jimmy Butler right there. So you got to deal with 3 goons. You got to deal with 3 goons. So I don't know if he stays with the Bucks though, bro. I just unless they give him like a decent deal, I don't know because the Bucks, they need to do a lot. They need to do a lot. Uh, Clint Capella, unrestricted free agent.
Uh, uh, Clint, he can either go to LA. I like him with the Hornets, even though they got Nurkic. I don't think Nurkic is it. But he can go to LA. He can go to the Hornets, the Celtics. The Celtics need a big now. Um, or the Warriors.
Low key, I think he's going to the Lakers. I think that's what's gonna happen. The Lakers need a
That'd be a
big
good
man.
move for him. That'd be a
They
real good
they
move for him.
just they just need somebody. And my thing is, can I know he didn't do it. They didn't do it last year. Is Clint Capella a 30 plus minute starting big man now? Like, can he
I
give
still
me
think he is.
35,
I still think
35
he
a
is.
night?
I wouldn't say 35 minutes. Probably about like 30, maybe 32. But I think, when he was with the Hawks, they had a Congo. They wanted to play a Congo. So it was like they were splitting 8 minutes. But I still think Clint Capella can give you 30 minutes a night.
Because say if they go against Rudy Gobert again, it's cool. Like, you got Clint, that's fine. It's just when you go against a small team, I don't know if he could be out there all the time. Like, I just don't know. Like, if you go up against the Warriors or something, I don't think he could be out there. Then it's like, what are the Lakers gonna do? But I think they just gonna sign Clint Capella. Like, we got no choice. You need a big man, and he's probably the best one available, unless you trade for John Collins or something. But yeah, I don't know. D'Angelo Russell,
Hey,
unrestricted
it's
free agent.
reports saying that he wanted they Mavs are looking at him.
Yeah,
Um, but I'll say like the Mavs. Uh, if they keep DeMar and Zach Kings, that wouldn't be bad. Or the Suns.
bro, that's a lot of guards on that team. That's a lot of
Some
guards.
one of them gone. One of them gone, Jay. I hope Bradley Beal is the one that's gone. But Book too. But if they decide to keep Book, D'Lo, Jalen Green, Book, that ain't bad.
They said the Suns and the Jazz held discussions about Bradley Beal going to Utah, and obviously he shut that down immediately. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, of
come
course.
on, bro. Like, what y'all think, bro? There's no way to get rid of him unless
I
they
don't know
said
what
that
the
they could
Wizards
buy
were
him out.
doing, giving him a no trade clause.
Do you blame
I don't
them though?
understand why.
Do you blame them
Yes,
for giving him that contract though? Like, he was
yes.
loyal to them. He was
But the no
John
trade
Wall.
clause part,
I mean, he was loyal because he could have asked out all the time when they was bad, and he was loyal. I'm
man,
just
Jay.
saying. I'm
what's his how much he making for a buyout?
like 30. Oh, for a buyout? Ooh, he's making like
He
man,
getting
he's making like 30 a
paid.
year. I know that.
Yeah, nah. He got 2 years left for the player option for 57 mil.
Ooh.
Now he
Ooh.
making 53. He making 53, Jay.
This year,
No, this year he was making 50. So the 2025-2026 season, he gonna be making 53 mil.
then he got the player option.
Yeah, then he got the player option for 57. Oh my
Man,
God, bro. Oh my God.
hey man, look,
Yeah, he
Bradley
gonna have to do
Beal.
a
Hey,
buyout or something.
he
They
living the
gonna have to
life,
take that
bro.
L.
You taking L? Are you taking L with that? You taking
To
L?
get him off?
No,
Because
I'm talking about
what
you. If
team gonna
you're Bradley Beal, I'm talking about you. If you are you
Oh no
gonna take
no
the L?
hell no.
You
Hell no.
staying
Nah, I
regardless.
need
You
my
gonna stay.
yeah. I need my money. I mean, unless they do a buyout. If they do a buyout, then yeah. Because then I get to go to whatever team I want and potentially try to win a championship if I'm Bradley Beal. But if they not trying to give me no buyout, nah, I'm staying. I'm saying no to everything unless it's a really good team that I like.
Uh, who was the last person we talked about? Because we went to Bradley Beal. I don't know.
D'Lo.
Oh yeah, D'Lo. Hey, would you be shocked if he went back to the Nets for 1 year? Would you be shocked?
Yeah, they just drafted 3 guards.
They drafted just 5 players overall. Man, I want to talk about them so bad, bro. Like, I would let's keep this going, bro. Russell Westbrook.
I was okay hearing reports back to Houston. Him coming off the bench with Houston. I mean, that ain't the worst. That ain't the worst. They got they got Reed Shepard. Um, oof. You think he stays in Denver? They say
I
he
wouldn't be
liked
shocked if
Denver.
he comes back. I wouldn't be shocked if he went back to Denver. I saw the Kings.
No. Well,
You just need a
well,
point guard. You just
because
need a point guard.
Westbrook can still low key start. He can still start.
I think he can still start. It's
Yeah.
just if you just take away the turnovers and the non-shooting, he shot decent in the corner. But take away the
Mm-hmm.
shooting and the turnovers, he's still good.
Yeah,
Still a
he's
good
still
player.
good.
Still a good player.
The Kings not. That's not a bad spot.
I like him. I like him with the Kings. I think that's not bad. I think that's not bad. Chris Paul.
There's reports of him going to the Mavs too.
I think I like that one.
Um,
I think I like the Mavs.
Low key, I'll either say the Mavs. I like them in LA. Give you a guard off the bench to run the bench. I like him in LA. And then you can low key close with him too. Him, LeBron, Luca, three high IQ guys. I think they can make that work. Let's say the Mavs, Lakers. I can see him staying in San Antonio too. Still teaching those young guards.
But the thing, okay, I get that part. But we can't be out here trying to like Chris Paul ain't James Johnson just yet. He's not James Johnson just yet. Like Chris Paul can still give you something. He needs to play. Bro, you're gonna play if you do it, which looks like they're gonna do this. De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. They all have to play. I'm not gonna out here play Chris Paul for like close to 20 minutes. And I don't know if Chris Paul is cool with just playing 10 minutes. I think he
Nah, I
thinks
don't
he's
think
still
he
good
is.
enough to give me 20. And I think if
Yeah.
he goes to the Mavericks, bro, we don't need you to go out there and give us 15 a night. You don't have to do that. We have
Just
Clay,
run that
depending on how
second
he is.
unit.
Cooper. No, he'll start. He'll start for now. If he goes there, he'll start. He'll start. Clay, AD, PJ Washington, Cooper Flag. We don't need you to go out here and go off. We just need you to steady the offense. Teach Cooper Flag the way in the NBA. Make life easier for Anthony Davis. Then once Kyrie comes back, you can run the second unit. I think that's actually pretty
Nah, that's
good.
not bad. Nah, that's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Because like you said, you got somebody to just get everybody in their right place. And Chris Paul is so smart, bro. Like he's one of the best point guards to ever play. So you got him. I think he'll get Clay better shots, more open shots. Um, like you said, Cooper Flag, AD. Then he got the lob threats and Daniel Gafford and Lively. So yeah, that's be real good. And then like you said, when Kyrie comes back, he can run that second unit with Najee Marshall, Max Christie, Derek Lively or Gafford. Yeah, so that
If
ain't
you
bad at all.
are, before we move to the next person, so if you're the Mavericks, we just talked about Chris Paul. He don't really need to do nothing. He can get everybody else involved. But if you sign D'Lo, they're basically signing him for more of an offense because we don't know Cooper Flag's offense, how he's going to be. Obviously, you have AD, you have PJ Washington. So which one would you value more? Just the guy that's
Chris
going to get
Paul.
everybody involved or just another scoring type while Kyrie's out?
Nah, nah, Chris Paul. Chris Paul for sure. Because even though Chris Paul is old as hell, I low key
He's
think he's still better than D'Lo defensively, bro. No cap. And then with D'Lo, like D'Lo, he's a point guard, but like you said, he's more of a scoring guard. But with Chris Paul, you still got, like you said, PJ Washington, Cooper, AD, Clay Thompson. So you still got other scoring threats on your team. You don't really need another scoring threat. Because Chris Paul can still give you 12 points, 10 to 12 points a night. So I like Chris Paul better, and he's a better floor general than D'Lo, anyways, and he's
Yeah.
smarter than D'Lo. So
If they get Chris Paul and and where do you think they will be once Kyrie comes back?
are they a top five team? If they get Chris Paul, they a top five team for sure.
They're saying Kyrie is could potentially return in January.
Hey,
That's
you
the
see,
target.
he took a pay cut.
He did. He took,
I remember we was talking about that.
yeah. What was it, 113 or was it 119 for
One
three?
nineteen, 119.
That's like 30 something. That's like high 30s a year. It's something like that. Because he was gonna get the bag before he got hurt. He was gonna get the
Mm-hmm.
bag. He was gonna
Mm-hmm.
get the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 39 a year. 39 a year. That's Kyrie probably after what he was doing with the Mavs because he was killing when they traded
Easily
Luca
high 40s. Easily high 40s.
easily, easily. So yeah, so now they got some extra money. I think they go out and get Chris Paul if he does want to. But Chris Paul all over the place. He talking about he want to. He knows he can still play, but he hasn't been with his family the last 8 years, and they live in LA now. So it's like I don't know.
LA not bad though. LA is not bad
Not
though, because
bad.
then it's not bad. It's not the great for his career. If he wants to win a ring before he gets up out of there, his best bet is to go to the Mavs. I'm not saying that the Lakers can't win, but the Mavs have an overall better team than the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then I don't. How old is his son? I think his son is what, like a sophomore or a
His son
junior.
is hooping now. Legit
Yeah, he is.
hooping now.
Yeah, I think he
Wow.
like a sophomore or a junior. So Chris Paul only got about like a year or two left anyway. So bro, you might as well go to Dallas. You might as well go to Dallas and try to win you a chip before you get up out of there. And then,
I agree.
stay for like a year or two. And then you could probably if you stay for a year, you could probably, go back to LA with your son and see him hoop last year called high school.
I agree. All right, we got a couple of more names. Ben Simmons. I'm gonna say go back to the Clippers.
Mm.
I say
I
go back to
said
the
the
Clippers.
Mavs. I said the
Oh,
Mavs. The Mavs. I like them on the Suns, and then yeah, or back on the Clippers.
I mean, with the Clippers, they just used him as a backup big. That's basically what they used him
Mhm.
as. But it's like the fall off of Ben Simmons is crazy. It's like I just don't know, bro. Ben Simmons was really like at one point like my third favorite player in the NBA. That he just falls off just crazy. It's just I still got the jersey in my closet. Like I still got the jersey in my closet. Like it's crazy. But I say go back to the Clippers, bro. Like you did play. You just need to score a little bit more. You rebound. I think you good. You was a back. You was like Loki, the backup point and the backup center at the same time. So
Mm.
I say you go back.
Oh,
I'll go ahead.
real quick, Chris Paul Jr., his son, he a freshman, bro. If I'm him, I'm going to Dallas. I'm going to Dallas, bro. I'm going to Dallas. Oh, no, he finna. I think he finna be yeah, he finna be a
Sophomore.
sophomore. Yeah, he finna be
Okay.
a sophomore. Bro, I'm going. Go back. Go to Dallas, bro. Go to Dallas. But yeah, Ben Simmons, the fall off is crazy.
The fall
They
off is
said,
crazy.
every workout, every workout video he posting something. They said Ben Simmons is on his way back.
You saw the last one workout? He posted
Hmm.
another one. It's crazy
What
how he
about the
could do this in
Kings?
a workout.
And with the
Kings.
Kings, he could be that point guard that they need.
You think he'll start?
Yeah,
Man, that team sucks. But Sabonis is technically the point guard. Point center, technically. So it's like, what does Ben Simmons do? Just runs around? Like, what does he do?
I like him on the Mavs too, though. Him on the Mavs would be nice.
That's just another tall dude, bro. That front court is crazy. Do the Mavs have the best front
They can
court
put
in
him
the
at
NBA?
point. They can put him at point.
I'd rather take Chris Paul. At least Chris Paul can somewhat score still. I'd take Chris
I
Paul.
mean, but Ben Simmons bigger. He could bring that. They already got scoring in their lineup. He bigger. His defense is still not bad. He could play make.
Hey,
He
but
still has a good
what if
IQ.
you need that? What if you still need that clutch shot? I think Chris Paul can still get you. If you need a
Oh
bucket
yeah,
down too, he can still give you that.
yeah, yeah.
Because I
Chris
mean,
Paul
you
can
could
still
go
get
to
it. Yeah.
AD, you can go to AD, or you go to PJ Washington, I guess. I'll just say it. Ben Simmons, I'll say the Clippers. I go with the Clippers. All right, a couple of more. Jordan Clarkson. Just trade though. So
Magic.
somebody got to trade.
Somebody got trade for him. Low key,
He's still
still the Magic. Still, I like him with the Magic. They need some. They need some more shooting.
It'll be
The
decent.
Magic. Uh, what? Nah, I don't want to say the Pistons. Well, maybe the Pistons. Who else? Who else needs shooters? The Lakers. The Lakers need go back to LA. Go back to LA. Because the Lakers need shooting.
What about the Heat?
Who they gonna give up for him?
I don't know. I mean, Hayward
Because at
Highsmith
least
is the guy you don't want to give up. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. The Heat are just the Heat. I don't know. This the last. I go with the last guy. Then these other guys, like we can rapid fire. I guess Luke Kennard. I think he stays with Memphis.
mm,
Dennis Schroeder,
the Pistons. He's staying with the Pistons.
the Pistons. Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim Hardaway. I don't think Loki. I don't think he stays with the Pistons, but I don't know who he goes to. Honestly,
You know what? I think he signs a 1-year deal with the Bucks.
with the Bucks.
1-year
What
deal
about
with the
Gary
Bucks.
Trent?
I
He
had
a
him
free
on here
agent.
too. Low key, they might resign him. He played really good in the playoffs for them. He had 2 30-point games. I think
I
they
said
resign him.
the Magic or Pistons.
Karis LeVert.
He stays with Atlanta.
I think he stays with Atlanta. And last two guys. Actually, no. DeMar DeRozan. Where do you think he goes? Or
He a
does he get
restricted free
traded?
agent.
No, you got to trade for him.
You gonna trade for him?
They said the Heat.
The Heat.
You know they've been
Oof.
trying to get him. They might
Because
get him.
where can he go? He can't really go nowhere.
I don't know. I think he probably ends up with the Heat, bro. I think they try to make a trade, and he just goes to a team that's got the culture that at least is on the cusp of making the playoffs. At least I say the Heat.
I think he's better than Wiggins. He better than Wiggins.
I take him over Wiggins. The only thing is he's just older. Sabonis. He stays or they
I
trade.
think
He
he stays.
stays.
I think he stays.
Trey Murphy got to trade for him. They keep him or they trade him.
Nah, they keep him. They keep him.
I think they keep Trey Murphy too. And this the last guy, Colin Sexton.
Oh,
Maybe the Magic.
I was to say either the Magic, but bro need to start. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He averaged 18 points for a career average, and even coming off the bench with Utah, he still averaged 18.
I'm looking at the teams. I don't know where he could go to like
Kings,
start.
the
Maybe the
Kings. He
Kings.
can go to the Kings. He can go to the Kings and start. I mean, it was links for him going to the Mavericks too. Um, man, only team that, like you said, he could probably or the Heat. Is he restricted or unrestricted?
No, no, he's not a free agent. You got to trade for him. You got to trade for Colin
Okay,
Sexton.
he got trade for him.
That's all.
Mhm. I
Probably
like
the
him either
Heat.
on the Heat. Yeah, either the Heat or the Kings. I like him on either one of them two.
I go with the Heat. The Heat need somebody. They need somebody. All right, let's move on. This is our final topic of the day. The NBA draft was yesterday. The new stars of today. I'll just read the first 5 picks, and then I'm gonna ask you what you thought about the draft, and then I'll say it. Then we'll do our winners and losers. So the first pick was Cooper Flag to the Dallas Mavericks. Second pick was Dylan Harper to the San Antonio Spurs. The third pick was VJ Escombe to the Philadelphia 76ers. The fourth pick was Khan Knipple to the Charlotte Hornets. And the fifth pick was Ace Bailey to the Utah Jazz. What is your take on the NBA draft yesterday?
I like those first 5 picks. I thought, I
You
had those
predicted
first
them.
5 picks right.
Predicted them.
I 5 and 6, I missed. I just switched them. Uh, but I was kind of surprised, bro. It was a lot of guys that I think that went higher than I thought. Um, it was some like for instance the Bulls. I did not think the Bulls were gonna draft Noah, however you pronounce his last name. I
Oh,
thought that was a bad pick.
Noah.
Whatever his
Noah.
name is.
I'm about to go right to it. Hold on. I got it right on. Noah is Stinsky. I don't know.
Whatever, however you pronounce his last name.
We know.
And then the Raptors drafting Colin Murray. I didn't think he was gonna go that high. And then you got all those forwards over there anyways. Why are you drafting another forward? Um the guy from BYU, the Nets, I didn't think he
Igor.
was gonna go that high. I didn't think he was gonna
Where
go
did you
that
have
high.
him in your draft? I had him at I
I
think it
had
was
him
like
at
13 to the
16.
Hawks.
I had him at 16 to the Grizzlies.
I had him at 13 to the Hawks. Yeah, he went high. He went number 8.
Yeah, he went real high. Unless he killed it in his private workouts. That's the only thing I could think of. Um And then that big man from Duke, like I said before, they traded for Mark Williams right before they drafted him. I didn't really get that either. I mean, like you said, Mark Williams is kind of injury prone, so unless they didn't believe in Mark Williams' health, and then you got him as your backup big who could potentially start. Derek Queen, I didn't think Derek Queen was gonna drop that low. I thought the Bulls was at least gonna get him at 12, and they didn't. Um, but
People
yeah,
are
I
real.
like,
If you go again, I was about to say there's people are saying they're worried about his weight and stuff.
and now
Derek
he's
Queen
in New Orleans.
with
Come
Zion.
on now, man. Where's Zion, bro? Bro, they finna be both eating nothing but crawfish, and bro,
and
he finna get
gumbo
bigger.
and
And
gumbo and
gumbo, yeah,
beignets and
bro,
beignets.
yeah, bro. I don't know why New Orleans got him, but yeah,
Honestly, from the draft, I thought the first 3, 4 picks went the way. Ace Bailey. Look, I'm gonna say this, and this is a I'm gonna just say this: the Jazz are a winner because with Ace Bailey, and we're gonna say our winners and losers, obviously. But look, Ace Bailey, he showed that he didn't want to be there, right? He showed that.
mm-hmm.
But you said it last week. You was like, man, because I went back and watched the video. You was like, Ace Bailey, he go to the Jazz. He can shoot all the shots he wants. And I was like, over Laurie. You was like, yeah. And then the more I think about it and look at the team, I said, Charles was right. Nobody else on that team is better than him outside of Laurie. No one's
Lord,
better than. So it's like he can. That you said, Laurie probably won't be there. So if that's the case, he can shoot all the shots because the report said he wanted to either go to the Wizards. That's where he went. That's where he wanted to go. It was either like the Wizards or the
where's he
Nets.
from? Where's he from?
I don't know where he's from
Dave
because he said he wanted to be on the
Bailey.
East Coast. That's what he said.
Where's he from? He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tennessee. Hmm.
And then there was a report that came out earlier. It said Washington and Charlotte plan to swap picks to allow the Wizards to draft Ace Bailey, but the Hornets were afraid of that Knipple would be gone by pick 6.
Oh no, yeah, he definitely would have been. The Jazz probably would have got him. The Jazz probably would have got him.
And I think this is probably the best thing that could have happened to Ace Bailey. You go into the team, yes, Utah, whatever, but
I think that's what it is because it's Utah, bro.
like, I get it. There ain't nothing there in Utah outside of the mountains. Like, I understand. But, bruh, you're going to be able to hoop there. Like, you're going to be able to hoop. So I think this is probably the best position you could possibly have. The Raptors, Colin Murray, bro, we talked about it last week. We both said, especially me, I was like, I am really confident in them getting Malawatch. I think this is who they need to get.
Mm-hmm.
They passed on that dude. He was right there. He was
Right there.
He was right there. And I think even on the broadcast, they said it. I think Kendrick Perkins said it too. Like, they need a big man. They when they got Murray Boyle, it's like, bro, unless you trade RJ Barrett, okay, I get it. But if you keeping RJ, Scotty, Brandon Ingram, and Murray, what? Well, that's too many. That's too many forwards. You don't need that. You just
and
didn't.
then who's your backup big? Because Podol, who's playing behind Podol? Chris Boucher.
I think Chris Boucher is a free agent.
Oh, see, so you don't even have no backup big.
The Bulls, Noah. I think this is just a. No, speak of it. Speak. You go first. Go first, brother. Go first. Go ahead. Talk about it. Talk about it.
The man. I don't even think the man. I think they said in the draft profile he averaged 12 points like his last couple of months. But bro, he has no offensive game. He's nothing but a high motor guy. I don't see him developing. I may be wrong, but from what I've seen, I do not see that man developing offensively, bro. That I ain't gonna say he trash, but he ain't it, bro. He ain't it. Derek Queen's a better talent than him.
I'm gonna read. So I'm on the ESPN. They give out like the strengths in the week. I'm gonna say this: Sedgwick is a rangy, versatile power forward who filled up the box score on both ends of the floor, playing a very high level of competition in the Euro Cup and the German BBL. Despite being the second youngest player in this draft, he can get to the free throw line, and his passing and defensive playmaking gives him considerable upside to grow into. Now, the weaknesses is his narrow frame might make it difficult to operate inside the paint in the NBA, and his inconsistency from the perimeter might prevent his opportunity scoring from transitioning to the league. So they basically kind of picked a high ceiling player, but he's technically a raw talent.
Exactly, bro. Like now, unless his first off, can we even say the Bulls know how to develop talent? Because what players have they really developed?
Kobe White.
Because you can't. I feel like Kobe White was always good. It was just that he finally got an opportunity to play type shit. You didn't develop Derrick Rose. He was already great. Jimmy Butler already had that dog mentality, so he was gonna be in the gym regardless. You ain't really developed nobody.
It's Patrick Williams.
And then, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And so, like, bro, unless 3-point percentage could get better, okay, cool. But then you got Montes. Him and Montes are the same height. Where you gonna play dude at? We need a big. We needed a big, bro. Where you gonna play him at? You gonna play him at the 4 and then okay, so because they saying Patrick Williams is low key gone. So if he start, what you gonna put him at the 4 and put Montes at the 3?
Ugh.
I feel like Montes is better at the 4.
Ugh. Oh my god, man.
That shit don't make no.
Am I tripping? They could have got Carter Bryant.
Yeah, they could have got a lot of players.
Am I tripping? I tripping?
Better than him. I would have even been mad at him.
Look, man. Before we get to our winners and losers, I do want to ask like what you think these players gonna do, at least for the top 3. Or the top 5. I do want to ask you. But I'll keep it going. Trey Johnson. Look at this, right? I like this move for him now since Jordan Poole is gone. Because at least with Jordan Poole, they could have kind of, Jordan Poole's still young. Jordan Poole's like, he just turned 26. So he's still young. But with CJ McCollum, once he's gone, probably by trade deadline or after this year, Trey Johnson, you can hand him the keys. So he can be that point guard for them. And I think you had Trey Johnson at Wizards for the Wizards, I think.
Yeah, I had him
Okay.
for the Wizards, and I had Jeremiah for the Pelicans.
And I do want to speak on the Pelicans,
No, it was
but
reversed. I had Trey Johnson for the Pelicans and Fears for the Wizards.
okay. Well, either way, they got a point guard, and once coming to later in this year when they're probably bad, he can be the guy with Bub, Keyshawn, Sar, and him. I think that was a real good pickup for them. I really do. I think that was a really good pickup for them. Like you said with
You
Igor. Oh, go ahead.
hold
Go ahead.
on. I was gonna say you think they trade Bob because like
Bub,
Bob's low key a point guard. Bub, he think they trade because he a point guard and
you think
Trey he's undersized to play the two.
you think
You
they
know what I
should?
mean?
Ooh. Yeah, he's six.
Nah, I
Trey is
like
six
Bub for
five,
them.
190. He's 6'5",
And Bub
190.
is what? Bub is
Yeah. Bub look probably
Bub
like
is
6'3".
6'4".
Oh,
He's
6'4".
6'4", 190.
Ooh,
So they about
that's
the same size.
you would trade him? You would trade Bub?
No, I like him. I like
I
him
like
as a
Bub.
starting
Bub was
point guard
decent
for us.
last year. He was
Yeah, I
good
like
last
him
year.
as a starting point guard for us. Well, not for us, but for them.
He was
Um,
good.
mm
He was good. Um, Cedric Coward to the Grizzlies. Good move. I love that move. I love the
He
move.
went
You get
high
him.
though. I ain't think he was gonna go that high.
He went 11. Well, the Grizzlies, they rose up to get him. The Grizzlies traded up to get him.
Mm,
Because I think in my mock draft, I had him at 21 to the Jazz. I had him at
I
21.
had him at I had him at 21 to the Jazz too.
So they rose up a lot to get him because the Grizzlies were at 16. So they moved up probably
They
like 5
said
spots.
he reminds them of Kawhi.
Remember the last time they
I
said that about
don't
a guy?
come on now. Patrick Williams, now look at him. Oh, he a bust.
Hey, somebody on Twitter was like, having a ball spot with braids is crazy because he got that spot in the middle. It's like braid. Hey man, Patrick Williams is so bad, and they paid him the bread, $72 million for like 5 years. It's crazy.
He did not deserve that, bro.
But I thought, look, even though the Raptors kind of tweaked on Malawise, I thought the Suns did get a steal with him. I thought they
Mm-hmm.
got a steal with Malawise. I still don't
Mm-hmm.
get how the Raptors just pass on them. I don't ask me. I don't know. But I thought that was a good move. The Spurs got Carter Bryant. How the hell did they get, bro? He probably should have went up way higher, but somehow, some way,
Yeah.
he falls to the Spurs right in their lap.
I wouldn't have been mad at him going 8 to the Nets.
Yeah, because Igor Denim is like, I don't think he was supposed to go that high. I don't know what they did. I don't know. Okay,
It
so
had to
Igor,
be something to work out.
I'm looking. So his post draft analysis, it said this was another surprise choice with rival teams expecting the Nets might favor Kamala Malawatch at this spot. Brooklyn instead went with Denham, a player it quietly coveted during the pre-draft process and offers intriguing upside as a jumbo perimeter playmaker. With this draft slate to jumpstart a Brooklyn youth movement, the Nets are an excellent fit and are able to offer him plenty of minutes reps next season to help tap into his talent. The development of his jump shot will be critical factor in what heights he can reach long term.
That's all I was gonna say. Like, bro, he can't shoot.
He
He
can't shoot.
can't shoot, and you took when did Killian Hayes get drafted? He got drafted like 6 or 7, right? That's like you
Yeah,
just
something.
took
He
another
was
Killian
lottery.
Hayes. You just took Killian Hayes 2.0.
You think he better though?
Like, come on, now. Yeah, I think he's a little bit better than Killian
He
Hayes for
shot
sure.
27% from 3 this year in college.
That's
27. That's
terrible.
terrible. That's
That's
terrible.
terrible.
Okay, so now with the Pelicans. Okay. I don't think drafting Derek Queen wasn't the problem. It's the fact that they gave up that 2026 pick when there's a chance you guys are probably bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was bad. Like, I don't think I would do that for Derek Queen, but I will say this. If Zion is not who y'all think he is, he gets hurt or whatever, I can say you guys have 2 cornerstone pieces in Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen moving forward, as Zion isn't that. So I give them that. But just giving up the first round pick for next year, unprotected at that, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Hold on, I just thought about it. So they finna have Murray, Poole, Herb, Trey, Messi, Fears,
Zion.
uh, Zion, and Derek Queen. Where they gonna find minutes for Jeremiah Fears?
This why I didn't. This is why I kind of like. Mind you, we liked it because I think you had Jeremiah. I had Jeremiah Fears going to the Wizards, I think, and you had him going to the Pelicans. When they drafted Jordan Poole,
Nah, other
because
way. The other way. I had Trey going to the Pelicans.
I had Jeremiah
And
Fears. I had Jeremiah Fears going to the Pelicans. Okay, so that was right. But with Jordan Poole now, I don't know because Jordan Poole is younger. He's still young. And DeJounte Murray, I went to see what his age was. He turns 29 this year. So he's still
yeah,
somewhat
he's same
young.
age as me.
So he's
Yeah.
still somewhat young. So it's like you kind of he's not like the guy now. Now CJ McCollum was still there because I said it last week. I was like, if they trade CJ McCollum, then Jeremiah Fears could step in while DeJounte is rehabbing or whatever. Then you trade CJ, then Jeremiah Fears could be that. Then you could be DeJounte and Fears. But now it's DeJounte and Jordan Poole. I don't like that really for him. I really don't.
Do they trade DeJounte? Because I just
I
seen he
don't
did an
think
interview
so.
with the Pivot. I just seen that he
Mhm.
did a interview with the Pivot, and he was I wouldn't say he was bashing the Pelicans, but he was low key talking bad on the Pelicans. He was saying how like last year he went through a lot of stuff. Like he didn't start training camp. He literally came back to New Orleans the day before the first game. Then he broke his hand the first game. And then, stuff was happening with his mom in Seattle and he went back. Um and then the Pelican when came back to the Pelicans, like he was telling them they was trying to like baby him as far as like they was trying to like, oh, it's gonna be okay, are you all right? And he like, bro, I'm trying to just focus on basketball. And he was saying like they didn't get him the proper trainers that he needed. He couldn't get on the table and get treatment. Like it was a lot of stuff going wrong in New Orleans, the management and people coming in and out. And he was like, it was a mess basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if they traded him.
I don't think they
Because why
trade
else do
him.
you draft Fears?
Well, to get younger, you have the younger guy. And if DeJounte Murray isn't, say, your long term future, even though I think he has 3 years left on his deal,
Hmm.
Jordan Poole and Fears could be like your long term point guard position, I guess. Well, guard positions, but I don't like it. If CJ was there, I'm cool. But with Jordan Poole, I ain't messing with it. And then with Derek Queen, you have Missy still. I
Yeah,
don't get that. And Derek Queen is undersized. So if you eventually start Derek Queen, that undersized Derek Queen with Zion,
yeah.
I don't
And
know.
because Derek Queen, like you say, he undersized. So if you start Messi and then put him at the four and then Zion at the three, like Derek Queen, he has a nice shooting stroke, but he has to work on his 3 point shot. Zion's not really a 3 point shooter, so you ain't gonna have no shooting. You're not gonna have no shooting in the in your starting lineup. You seen that Stephen A. said Jeremiah Fears is a reincarnation of Kyrie Irving? I
I'm not
said,
gonna
bro, he
lie.
don't play nothing like Kyrie,
I
bro.
don't think he watched them. I'm just being honest.
I don't think he did either. I'm like, bro, 'cause he plays
He saw
nothing like
highlights.
Kyrie, bro.
He saw some highlights.
Yeah, he just saw. Even in the highlights, he don't play like Kyrie.
So that's my only thing with it. Like, I just didn't see the point of trading a first round pick for Derek Queen, and there's a chance y'all could be bad, and that could be the Hawks could get AJ Bataza or whatever. That's crazy, but
Mm.
it is what it is. Let me see. Ace Bailey, the happiest in Utah. Hey man, that was crazy. Who wants my Sabonis? I don't know. I need a haul for Sabonis.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
all
No cap.
day. He plays solitaire on his phone. He don't watch it. True that. Shit. What's your teams? Hey man, the Lakers. You got the Lakers, baby. Lakers and the Rockets. Lakers and the Rockets. We're
The
here.
only team that I truly claim is the Pistons. Other than that, I'm more so of
You do
a
claim them.
players guy.
You do
I'm
play.
more
You
so of a
claim them.
players guy. So whatever
Like the
team
Bulls?
one of my favorite players are on, no, I do not claim the Bulls. But, well, that's cap. I do claim because they my hometown team. But yeah, Bulls and Pistons. But other than that, I'm more so of a player guy. So whatever team players I like on, that's the team I'm riding with.
Do you like that the Blazers drafted Yang Hassan? That they
I was
drafted
just going. I'm like, bro, y'all. Why did y'all draft another big? I'm like, bro, you already got 4 bigs on your roster already. I'm like, that make no sense. I'm like, you could at least went and got you some forwards because your forwards ain't really that good. I mean, you got Chris Murray, you got Jeremy Grant. Um, who else they got on they as they forwards?
Toumani Camara.
Denny, yeah, Kamara.
Jeremy Grant still gotta
Uh,
get rid of him.
yeah, bro. So I felt like they could have went and got a forward in a draft as a backup. Why'd you go get a big and you already got 4 bigs already? That made no sense to me. Unless they plan on trading Aiden. That's the only other thing I could think of.
They say he like that. They say he like Chinese Jokic.
No, nah, I looked at his highlights. He decent. I ain't gonna lie. He is decent. He decent. But to
They say
go, what pick did he go?
he went 16.
16,
16.
bro. To go
A lot of people had
16.
him second round.
That's what I'm saying. He could have been in he's a second round draft pick, bro. You wasted the pick. If anything, you could have traded. You could have traded that pick. You could have traded that pick if anything.
Oh man. Uh Another move that I do like, hey, I do like the Thunder getting Thomas over. You got the legit
Yeah, I
backup
do.
big man.
I like that.
The rich
Yeah, I
just
like
get
that.
richer, bro. The rich just get richer, man.
Yeah, I
Like
like that.
Messi do what he gotta do. You like Joanne Berger, the dude from France, going to the Timberwolves. They needed a backup center. Now maybe Nas is gone, and then with Rudy Gobert, depending on what you do with him, you
Yeah,
got that.
yeah, they need a backup big. Yeah, they need a backup big. I ain't mad at that.
I would say one of my favorite picks, Walter Clayton to the Jazz. I thought
Mm.
that was a great pick. I thought that
You
was
think
a
he start?
great pick. Let me read this real quick, then I'll answer. He does it all. He's just slow. Uh, Aiden, 16. I hated my pick. He's a Kings fan, so he talking about. Charles can answer that question. They drafted what's his name? Who they draft?
What pick was that? What pick was that? What
Neat
pick was
Clifford.
that?
I think Neat Clifford. They traded him there.
What pick was that?
That was 24.
Oh, 24. Oh no, that's not bad, folks. Yeah, no. Folks is good. Folks is good. He I think he like 6'5", 6'6", so he a big guard. He
6'5",
rebounds.
202, 6'5",
Yeah.
202.
He rebounds, he could pass. I think he averaged what, like 20 and damn near 10 and 5 last year.
Had him on my thing. Neat Clifford. 18, 9, and 4.
Yeah, so he almost 20, 10 and 5. So yeah, bro, not bad. That was a good pickup for them. I like that for them. That was a good pickup.
Y'all, in the last Clippers, he a nice big. I think he talked about the Clippers pick. They said
Yeah,
Brian
dude from
Windhorst.
Penn State.
They said he didn't
Dude
even
from
know
Penn
who he
State.
was.
Bro played at NIU. He played at NIU.
Oh, for real?
And then he transferred to Penn State.
Last pick I met in the first round. That's who I wanted the Kings to get. Clayton Clifford, Colorado State. And we have 6 shooting guards. We need a point guard or a center. They do need a point. But
I mean,
Walter
he could
Clayton,
play point.
who
He could
Walter
play
Clayton
point.
or
Nah,
Clifford?
Clifford, he could play point because he showed it. He had the ball in his hands all the time at Colorado. So
I just like Walter. Like you said, does he start? There's a
I wouldn't be
chance.
surprised.
There's a
Yeah, I said I wouldn't be
chance
surprised. I would not be
because
surprised.
okay, who do you run? I just not like point, I guess, but who do you start? Isaiah Collier or Keontae George?
Low key
I think
Isaiah.
Keontae. Oh, I like
Only
Keontae.
reason why I say Isaiah is because he's a better passer. He plays defense. Keontae is the better scorer, but he's inconsistent.
He is. You have Walter Clayton, you have Ace Bailey, Laurie Markkinen, and Walker Kessler. Look, you get two. I'm saying they are winning for me. That's all I'm gonna say. But you have two establishing young prospects, and the Jazz. I think it's time. You've been in rebuild for who knows how long. It's time to get the established players. We talked about it last week. You said you was like, I don't even think they really got no cornerstones in their team. Now you got two
They do.
cornerstones. I think
Yeah.
you got that now. So I love that pick. Jace Richardson to the Magic. I like that pick. I like it.
Yeah. Because now
They
they
need a nice
replaced they need a backup point too.
I
Because they
like
take
that pick.
so they, yeah. Because they don't have no backup point that Cole Anthony going now. Oh, they got
Anthony Black.
Anthony
Anthony
Black.
Black.
They got Anthony, but he's not no shooter. So
Yeah. Did you think Liam McClinley was gonna go that far down? 29?
no, no. Low key though, to me though, just the Hornets are winners to me. I'm not gonna lie. Because him going to the Hornets, that was a nice pickup. That was a really nice. Him
He's
and
gonna play.
Knipple together.
He's
Yeah,
gonna play.
he's gonna play immediately.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna play, and he's 6'7", bro. So he's big. I wouldn't be surprised because who was they starting small for? Was it Josh Green?
Yes.
Well, Knipple's gonna start. Knipple's gonna start regardless because he's about 6'6", 6'7". But like, but low key that makes Miles Bridges movable now. I'm not gonna lie. Like I
They was
like
thinking
Miles
about
Bridges for
trading
them.
him. They was thinking about they might trade him.
I like Miles Bridges for them. But don't get me wrong. Like I think Liam is low key, even though he didn't shoot that well from UConn. But that's because he was the focal point of the offense. So like he was taking a lot of bad shots. But if they trade Miles, I wouldn't. I like that for them. I like that for them too. They got shooters. They got two big shooters. They play D. They both can play make. Like they got some. They got two really good players.
All right, so now we're gonna do the top 5 players. Basically, what do you expect from them? So let's start with Cooper Flag. What do you expect for Cooper Flag on the Dallas Mavericks this year?
I don't expect nothing too crazy for him. I say if I had to put numbers to him, I put like probably about 12, 13 points, maybe 5 or 6 rebounds. Probably about two or three assists. Probably about like a steal and a block. I think he's gonna do a little bit of everything. I think he's gonna be that glue guy for them. He's gonna get a lot of hustle points, a lot of cleanups, a lot of weak side blocks, a lot of help D. So yeah, I think he's gonna be decent.
I expect Cooper Flag to be an impact player as soon as he touches on the court. I really do. I expect him to start right away. And if I had to put numbers to it, I expect honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he averaged like 16 or 18 points per game, probably 7 rebounds, and probably like 3 assists, 3, 4 assists. Like he's gonna show his impact on defense right away. Offense, it is what it is, but just the defensive end, that's gonna bring a lot. And he's good in transition. This is what they needed. Like he's gonna help them to get back to probably a championship caliber team. So I expect a lot from Cooper Flag this year. Like I just expect a lot. Like impact player right away. The Mavericks, God. You traded away Luka Doncic, but get the next white boy. Hey man, that's how it rolls. But let's move on to the next guy, Dylan Harper. What do you expect from Dylan Harper on the Spurs this year?
To be honest with you, not that much. I think that he'll probably give you the same thing like Cooper, around 10 to 12 points. Probably about 3, 4 rebounds. Probably about 3, 4 assists. He doesn't really have that much. He doesn't really have that much. He's not gonna get that much playing time unless they start all three. But I don't see that because you got Devin Vassell still. So I don't really expect him to do that much. This rookie of the year race is low key gonna be. I feel like it's up for grabs. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, the front runner is Cooper, but I feel like it's low key up for grab.
Uh I think it was on Fox Sports. They had Cooper Flag minus 200 to win Rookie of the Year. But Dylan Harper, I expect him to be good. I just don't think he'll be as impactful as Cooper. Like you said, he's not. I don't think he starts. He's not going to start. And I've been seeing people. I think people are just forgetting about Devin Vassell because I keep seeing
Yeah,
lineups of De'Aaron Fox, Stephon, and Dylan. It's like, do y'all forget Devin Vassell is there? Like, and he's a good player. Like, and you
he's
talk
a
about
really
like
good
they
player.
need the shooting. So he's gonna be like the backup point guard. Is he gonna be in clutch time and stuff like that? Doubt it, but I think he can run with like maybe 15 to 20 minutes per game. I don't see him getting 30 minutes, but I think he's still gonna be a good player for the Spurs, just not as impactful for them right away. Now, maybe later on he could be, but as of early on, I don't think so. If I had to put a number, I say he averaged. Honestly, I could see him getting like 8 points, probably about like 4 rebounds, probably like 4 or 5 assists a game. Like I just don't think his impact is gonna be there, especially with a whole bunch of good players on his team. It's just not there yet, and it's not his fault. It's just so many other good players on the team. Next guy, VJ Eshkun. What do you expect from him this year on the Sixers?
I expect VJ just like Cooper Flag to be a glue guy. I think he's gonna have a lot of hustle plays. He's gonna make those like I said, a lot of hustle plays, a lot of putbacks. Um, for the most part, his defense is gonna be his calling call when he first gets in the league. A lot of open corner shots. For him, I say he's averaging about 10 points, maybe 4 or 5 rebounds, about 2 assists. And I could see him averaging like a steal and a half or something like that.
I don't think he's not gonna start. He's not gonna start.
You don't think so? Nah, because they probably gonna be Maxi, Kelly.
Do you think
Uh,
he starts over McCain?
Low key, yeah, I would.
Okay.
Because McCain brings no defense. At least with VJ, you got defense in that starting lineup.
A lot of people have him probably could win Rookie of the Year. A lot of people have him.
I was
Um,
gonna say
go ahead.
either him, Ace Bailey, maybe Knipple, because they got the best. They got the best. Whatchamacallit. They got the best chance of putting up good numbers. Or Cooper.
We gonna have to see. But with VJ, I think VJ is gonna be pretty decent. I think he could be instant offense off the bench if he does come off the bench or start. I think he goes on the bench to start. Who knows? But if he does come off the bench, I think he's instant offense on the bench. Could give you probably at least close to 10 points, probably like four some rebounds per game, 2 assists per game. I just think he could just score, and that's what they was missing on that bench. That bench was bad last year. And then if he does come off the bench, I think he just brings. I think his impact is going to be more for the Sixers than Dylan Harper on the Spurs. For some reason, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just feel that way. I do feel that way. So I think VJ is actually going to be pretty good. I think he's going to do decent for them. And last year Jared McCain was almost Rookie of the Year. VJ could be the same thing. So I expect a lot from VJ in year one. Con Knipple, what do you expect from him on the Charlotte Hornets?
I ain't gonna lie. I think Knipple is gonna be what they've been missing. He's a high IQ guy. He could spread the floor. He put some more shooters around Lamelo. I can easily see Lamelo assists going up now that he's there. I think he's gonna have a big impact for them because, like I said, he spreads the floor. I see him averaging about 13 to 14 points. I don't think he's gonna shoot 40 from three, but he's gonna shoot close to 40 from three. Um, I don't think he's really gonna rebound like that, but for the most part, it's just gonna be his scoring and shooting that they really need.
He can honestly argue be probably the most impactful player on this team out of the top five. There's a chance
Hmm.
he could be probably the most impactful player. Like you said, it brings the shooting. It's another tall guy, 6'5", 6'6". I think they never had that like consistent shoot. Miles Bridges can shoot, but Brandon Miller, I think he can shoot pretty good. LaMelo, we know what he is, but I think just this consistent shooter is what they are missing for the Hornets, and he's gonna be I think he could be a good long term player for them. And then probably once Miles Bridges gone, then you have that core LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and Knipple. It could be really good for the Hornets. So I think this is actually a really good pick for them. And he's gonna be really good. If I had to guess, I say I can see him averaging 14 points, probably about 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds, 4 or 5 rebounds, probably like a couple assists per game. Like he's gonna be really good for them. I like this move by them. Hey man, he see that locker room, man. He go like, man, these people be tripping, man.
Hey,
But
do he start at the two or the three?
how tall is
Because
Brandon Miller?
Brandon Miller like 6'7". Nah, he tall. He like 6'8", 6'9". Brandon Miller tall.
Why he don't look 6'8"? Is it because he's just so skinny?
Yeah,
I don't know. He just
yeah.
don't look that tall. He'll probably start
He look
two.
about 6'6".
We could put him at the two. We could put him at the two. But hey, take out Nurkic. That first four ain't bad, low key.
Nah,
It
that's
ain't
not
bad.
bad at all.
It ain't bad. The first four. Just take out Nurkic. But the last guy, Ace Bailey. What do you expect, Ace Bailey on the Utah Jazz?
I ain't gonna lie. I expect Ace Bailey to put up between 16 to 18 points because he gonna have the green light. I don't think that he's gonna shoot that well from the field because he's gonna be taking a lot of bad shots. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ace Bailey wins Rookie of the Year. Um, I think he's gonna average about like 16 to 18, about 6, 7 rebounds, probably about 2 assists, then probably about like a steal on the block.
I said it earlier. That's probably the best thing that could have happened to this man. He gonna look back probably 3, 4 years. I was being petty. I'm glad I went to
hmm
Utah. I was just being petty. Look, he gonna go crazy, like you said. He could score all he want on that team. They ain't gonna be winning this year, so just go off. I wouldn't be shocked if that man came close to averaging 20 points per game. I
I wouldn't
would
either.
not be shocked at all. I think Ace Bailey gonna go crazy on the Utah Jazz. Show the athleticism. The shooting got to get better. We know that, but the athleticism that he has the highest ceiling out of every damn prospect, honestly. So it's like the Jazz had no problem with taking. They said, "Hey, we know you don't want us, but we don't care. We gonna take you, brother. Like we don't care." And this is probably the best thing that could have happened to him. So I expect Ace Bailey to probably average at least close to like 15, 16 points per game, probably about 7, 8 rebounds, and probably about a couple of assists. Like, I think he's going to be really good for the Utah Jazz. And long term wise, it's going to be a good investment for them and for him. It's going to be a really good move for him. But let's get into our winners and losers. Let's start with the winners. Who do you have winners of the draft?
The Hornets. Like I said earlier, I got the Hornets as one of my winners in the draft. They got Knipple and they got Liam McNeely. They got two big shooters. Two guys that can help LaMelo space the floor. I like them as my winner. Another one I got the OKC. Getting Thomas O'Burr, I thought that was a really good pickup for them. Um, and then I'll say the last team. No, I got two more. The Spurs. I like them picking up Carter Bryant. I think he's gonna bring that shooting and that defense that they need. And then the last team, the Jazz. They got their cornerstone, Ace Bailey. That you guys have been looking for a franchise player, a young franchise player, and now you got him in Ace Bailey.
Winners, obviously the Mavericks. You got Cooper
Yeah,
Flag. So you're a winner just
cool.
off rip off that.
Yeah,
The Jazz. I talked about Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton. I think they were winners anyway, but Walter Clay solidified like the Jazz are a winner. Like I think they solidified it with Walter Clayton and Ace Bailey. The Thunder, getting Thomas over, you get a really good big man, could potentially probably start on any other team, but now he's on the Thunder, the NBA champion. So that was a good move for them. The Spurs, Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant. How did Carter Bryant slip to number 14? Who knows? But somehow the Spurs got him, and now they got a backup power forward and a backup guard to go with Wemby in the future with Stephon Castle. So like you have the core players eventually to build up with the Spurs. The Suns, getting Kamala Malawatch.
yeah,
I thought
that's
they were a
good.
winner for that. I thought they was a winner for
hmm
that. And I would say my last winner, I say the Hawks. I think the Hawks are a winner. And big for getting Asa Noel, and just getting that 2026 uh pick. Like that makes you a winner. That makes you a winner. B Bedis. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, brother.
Birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hope you celebrate it. Hope you have fun probably later tonight or whatever. But just happy birthday, brother. You only live
Stay
once,
safe.
man.
Stay
Yeah, wherever
safe.
you're at, stay safe. Now, losers. Who are your losers of the draft?
Bulls. They the first one. The Bulls. The Chicago Bulls. Only draft pick that they ever gotten right was Derrick Rose. Jimmy was a gamble. But Derrick Rose is the only draft pick that they and Montes is a good draft pick. I'm gonna put some respect on his name. Montes. Another loser, the Blazers. Why would you trade for a big? Why would you get another big? Um, the Nets. The Nets are losers for me, bro. You drafted bro. They got like I don't know how many guards that they got. I think they got about like 5, 6 guards on their team, bro. That makes no sense. And then you drafted Killian Hayes 2.0 and Nolan Tror, or how do you pronounce dude bro last name?
Toyori.
Yeah, you draft like bro, no. I mean I get he was a lottery pick early in the season. I mean to start the season, but no. And then he dropped that big 45-point game, but that still wouldn't have moved me. He can't shoot. He can barely score. Like no. And then that's Loki. That's about it. That's all my losers.
I ain't gonna lie. The Pelicans for just trading up to get Derek Queen. I didn't think
McLean.
just trading for him. Like I think you're a loser for that, giving up that first round pick. That's gonna hold so much weight. You're a loser. The Nets, just because you said it, you drafted 4 guards, like you said, 4 guards. And my thing is, you're another loser for not even using them to trade for to move up in the draft. Because I don't even, if we're being honest, I don't even think they wanted to use all these picks. They didn't.
No, they
They
probably
did. I
didn't.
don't think they wanted to use all these picks, but they couldn't get nobody and they couldn't move up. So it's like we got no choice but to draft them. The only good thing about it is they got this ain't like OKC where they don't have roster spot and we can't play them. So like all these guys are probably gonna get some playing time. So
Hmm.
you're gonna need Igor Denham to basically come in and he's gonna play right away. He's gonna play right away. So you need him. You talk about Killian Hayes 2.0. So he needs to play really good to make it seem like y'all right. Nolan Toyori, Drake Powell, Ben Schaefer, and Danny Wolf.
Now Drake Powell went to I think he went to the Hawks.
Oh
They traded him to the Hawks.
no, he's traded to Brooklyn. The 22nd pick, he's traded to Brooklyn.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. You're right.
Oh
He got
yeah,
drafted by the Hawks.
yeah, and he was traded there. So you got all these dudes, and you know what's crazy? They got another pick in the second round. So there you gotta have 6 guys. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that 6th pick.
Bro,
But
bro,
now
they rostered Cam Thomas. Them 4 guards that they drafted. Derek Whitehead, he's a
Cam
guard. Bro, they got
Johnson
so many
and
Cam
Nick
Johnson.
Claxton.
Bro, they got so many guards over there. It don't make no sense.
The another loser, the Blazers. I don't know why you drafting some big man, like you said earlier, when you already got 4. What is the? I know they saying he Chinese Asian Jokic, whatever, but no reason you drafting another big man. Y'all could have drafted a forward. Y'all chose not to. So I don't get why you did that. So you're a loser. And Raptors, Colin Boyles. Why are we drafting another forward when you just signed Brandon Ingram? Scotty is supposed to be your future, and you still got RJ on the team. You was in prime position to get the big man you wanted, and you chose not to do it. That's mind blowing to me. I don't get that. I think that was a bad pick. Now, I'm not saying he was a bad player, but I just think the pick was bad. You could have got a sitter, and I just don't like that pick. Now, I do have a this could be a winner or it could be a loser. I think the Wizards. They could be a winner or they could be a loser with Trey Johnson.
Mm.
So that I have the Wizards in there and the Pelicans with Jeremiah Fears because of Jordan Poole. So that could be a winner or it could be a loser. Because we talked about earlier. Is Jeremiah Fears gonna even get ticked now? With all and you know what's crazy? They still got Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
And then I did have the Bulls in the maybe winners or losers, but you had them in losers. But I had
Yeah.
that. And the last dude is the Heat with drafted Jakunis. That could be a winner or it could be a loser. You like that pick for them?
No, yeah, I like the pick for him. It's just that I hope the Heat gets him to play defense, bro. He has no perimeter D at all. I don't like a lot of people's. I think Jay Billis said that he could end up starting for the Heat. I don't see him starting for the Heat. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see that.
All he got to deal with is Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier was bad last
Because
year.
but Eric Spoelstra, if you don't play defense, you're not gonna play.
True that. I get it. I get if you don't like Duke, but do you think Tyrese Proctor should have got drafted? He does a
Not
chance.
in the
Second
first
round.
round. Not in the first round. Not in the first round. I don't think he was a first round talent.
He
Second
still
round
got
for
a chance.
sure. He should get drafted in the second round for sure.
The Hornets got 33 and 34 picks. So they could get some more decent players up top. Or do you think could they trade them picks?
Well, they need a big. So I'll say either go get that big from Stanford. I think he's more mobile than the big from Creighton.
Creighton, yep.
But I say go get that big from Stanford. I say use them, to be honest with you.
The Celtics need a big too. They got picked number 32. So they could
So
get
they might
either
they might get one
they
or
might
two.
get one of those bigs. Your Pistons got picked 37, the 7th pick. What's your Pistons gonna do, man? What the Pistons need?
They gonna draft somebody. They don't really need. I mean, you could probably say a backup big, but they probably need a backup big too. Because I mean, Isaiah Story, yeah, but they could probably use a backup big, or if they want to let go of Dennis Schroeder, they can probably go get them a guard.
What do they? I'm gonna ask a couple of more. The Bulls, what they need to draft? They got the 15th pick in the second round.
I don't even know, bro. They need everything. They need everything, bro.
What do the Lakers need to get? They got pick 25.
They need to go get them some shooting. What's bro from Fleming?
Yeah, he's still
Uh,
there, right? Rashad Fleming. You
yeah,
think he gonna get all the way to 25?
Nah, he probably go early in the second. To be honest, he probably go early.
Because this is ESPN. The best available is the guy from Stanford, Rashad Fleming, Noah Penda, a dude, Thero, the dude from Arkansas, Ryan Caravan, Jameer Watkins, Alex Tuhini, Chaz Lanier.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who them dudes. None of them dudes are.
Some dude is from Serbia, and then the 10th dude is Broom from Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Who
He
the
might not get drafted.
You think he won't? Damn.
He might not. I mean, I can see him getting drafted, but he might not get drafted.
Yeah, but my best picks is the Jazz. I love what the Jazz did. I'm not gonna like getting Walter Clay. And then Danny gonna talk about some Danny Yens. Bro, you ain't watched 2 games of Walter Clay. Now you like, oh my god, we need brother. You'll be all right. Y'all got Jakunis. Y'all be all right. But let me read this. Oh wait, I read that one all right. But that's it for the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. Follow us on all social media platforms at Full Court Entertainment Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to all our videos, shorts on everywhere. And if you want to listen to us on Apple Music and Spotify, we have the audio platforms. We have those out. So you can listen to us on anywhere. Just make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the video. This was actually a really good episode. I love this. I love talking about the draft. And second round is tonight. We'll see who else gets drafted. But no further questions. We will see you guys next time. Next time probably be some good free agents. And if there is a big news, we will be here to react to it. See y'all next time, man. See y'all later.